And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please turn your attention to the area in front of the pitcher's mound here at Bethpage Ballpark on this beautiful Saturday night. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce to you the very, very popular and very talented Long Island Ducks on-field host. Here's Jason Liddick with his very special guest tonight.
Thank you, Bull Pablo Tom. Good evening, Bethpage Ballpark. Tonight I am honored to be joined by a very special guest. He's an Atlantic League All-Star and member of the 2004 Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks, Camara Barti. During that championship season, Camara had a .319 batting average, slugging 27 home runs and 88 RBIs.
Okay.
However, his most important home run that year might have been his two-run home run in the top of the fifth during a one-game playoff against the Bridgeport Bluefish. The game-time home run helped clinch the Ducks' first ever playoff appearance. And now, Duck fans, let's take a look on the Duck Vision scoreboard for a look back at that memorable moment.
0-2 pitch, swung on and drilled to deep left field. Coming back is a tie-ass, it's gone! A home run for Barty! A two-run shot! And we are all tied at 4. For Camara Barty, his team-leading 18th home run.
And now, Duck fans, Camara Barty will be throwing out a ceremonial first pitch to his former teammate on that championship team, Bill Pulsifer. Take it away.
Welcome inside Bethpage Ballpark for Long Island Ducks baseball. I'm Tom Felice, and I'll have all the action tonight as the Ducks and Somerset Patriots play Game 3 of a 4-game weekend series here in Central Islip. Somerset coming off the win yesterday. They took Game 2 of the series by a 7-2 count, keyed by a 6th-run 4th inning that was able to pace the Patriots to their 5th consecutive win and 2 straight to start the series against the Ducks. Tonight, the pitching matchup. Bob Zimmerman gets the call for the Ducks, right-handed pitcher with a 2-3 record and a 4.95 ERA. And for the Patriots, one of their best, Eric Arneson, 12-2, 2.95 earned run average so far here in 2013. Arneson making his 19th start of the season. The Ducks have touched him up a little bit this year. Probably his 2 worst starts have both come against the Ducks. The Ducks scoring 4 runs against them on April 30th and knocking 6 runs in 4 innings off him on May 10th. Ironically, Somerset ended up winning both of those games, with Arneson not factoring in the decision. For the game, I had a chance to talk with Justin Antwile. He's a radio broadcaster for the Somerset Patriots, and he had some insight on how this Patriots team is doing so well. They're currently 77-41, second best record in the league, and they are keyed in on a playoff spot from the Freedom Division. The Ducks 4 games in front in the Liberty Division, and they're hoping to be in the playoffs as well. So that conversation comes up next as Justin Antwile joins the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show coming up after this break here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Well, baseball fans are getting closer and closer to game time between the Somerset Patriots and your Long Island Ducks. The umpires for tonight's game were at home plate, ready for the exchange of lineup cards. So let's meet tonight's men in blue. Calling balls and strikes at home plate this evening is Alan Barnfield. At first base, Marty Bauer, and around at the hot corner, otherwise known as third base, here at Bethpage Ballpark is Andrew Steinberg. The umpires, the men in blue for tonight's ballgame between the Somerset Patriots and your Long Island Ducks. Lineup cards are now being exchanged at home plate with Somerset Patriots manager Brett Jody and the manager of the Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks, Kevin Lyons. And now, fans, it's time to get out your Long Island Ducks scorecards, your pens, and your pencils, because here's tonight's National Grid starting lineups. Leading off for the visiting Somerset Patriots and playing second base, number 6, Johnny Tucker, number 6. Batting second in left field, number 91. Aaron
Welcome
Engelson.
back to the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show before the Long Island Ducks take on the Somerset Patriots, and we're joined by the broadcaster for the Somerset Patriots, Justin Antwile. Justin, how's it going?
Tom, thanks so much for having me. Looking forward to being on the show.
So Justin, Somerset playing very well as of late, 5 straight wins. What has been the key recently for this team?
This team's had a next man up mentality all season long. This team's been marred with injuries. Players have gotten promoted. They've lost David Harden, who was 10-2. They lost Jake Fox, who was going to win the MVP. Eddie Martinez-Esteve, who was leading the team in batting average at a .347 average, broken right ring finger. They lost Elise Montanez to AA. They lost Mike Wilson to AAA. They lost Yuneski Sanchez for 4 months to the Mexican League. Yet all they keep doing is just have that next man up mentality. This team is firing on all cylinders right now, and I think it's really a dominant back into the bullpen, because this team has 3 closers, but really only one in John Hunton, but Jason Lowy and Jim Hoey have done a great job as well. So I think the bullpen is the biggest strength of this team, and I think that's what separates it from the other 7 Atlantic League teams.
You mentioned the players who have been signed and have been injured and have even retired. What has been, or who has really stepped up to fill those holes?
I would definitely say the biggest player who's stepped up is Johnny Tucker, because Johnny Tucker's been a consistent force in this lineup. He started every single game except 2, and he's the catalyst. He's the straw that stirs this drink. He has 51 RBI as the leadoff hitter. He has the second most walks in the league. Only the reigning Atlantic League MVP, Blake Galen, has more walks than Johnny Tucker. So as he goes, he sets the tone for a lineup. He takes more pitches than anybody in the Atlantic League. He can foul off a lot of tough ones, and he's the vocal leader in that clubhouse too. So I think Johnny Tucker's been a stabilizing force in the lineup, despite all the departures that you alluded to, Tom.
One of the injured guys right now is Eddie Martinez-Esteve. He was leading the league in hitting before he went down. What did he bring to the table when he was with the team, and what is the prognosis going forward for him?
It's been a tough second half for Eddie, because he played so well in the first half. He got to go to the All-Star game. At the All-Star game, he tweaked his right calf, and he missed 3 weeks, so he didn't play the entire second half of the season. Then his first start, when he gets back from the tweaked calf off the DL, he breaks his right ring finger when Gabby Hernandez of Southern Maryland plunked him. Eddie did have to have surgery on that right ring finger, so that was on August 2nd. He's expected to be back shortly after Labor Day at the earliest, but he still has to get his timing back. He still has to get his legs under him. There's no timetable exactly in his return, but Brett's optimistic that he can come back maybe shortly after Labor Day, hopefully get a few swings in the regular season before the playoffs in mid-September. And to answer your second question, what do you mean in the lineup? I mean, this guy, he extended the lineup. He provides a lot of length. He has great opposite field power, and he's just a good component to the club because he's a high on-base guy. His on-base percentage over 400. He works walks as well.
Here with Justin Antwile, the broadcaster for the Patriots in Somerset, having such a good year, and they're really being overshadowed by Sugarland as the Skeeters have an even better record, and both teams on a crash course to face each other in the first round of the playoffs. What do you see as the difference between the two teams?
I think Somerset's bullpen is definitely the difference in these two teams. And you're right, this team is definitely flying under the radar. And I think, these are the 2 best skippers in the Atlantic League, Gary Gaetti and Brett Jody. Gaetti will probably maybe end up winning Manager of the Year just because his team's going to have a better record. But I think the job Jody's done, Tom, is getting really underlooked. I mean, he took over for an icon like Sparky Lyle, who won 5 Atlantic League championships. He amassed over 1,000 wins in his 15 years at the helm with Somerset. And Brett Jody's 36 years old. He's never been a skipper in his life. And all he's done is take this team, who's had back-to-back losing seasons, sub 500, to now a team that's 36 games above 500. But I think the bullpen is the difference between us and the Skeeters. And you know what? The Skeeters and Patriots, they play each other 20 times this year, and they're 10-10 against each other. So it's a really dead-even matchup.
Certainly setting up well for drama in the playoffs. Final question, Eric Arneson, the starter tonight for Somerset. What should we expect to see from him?
This guy pounds the zone. He's got 82 strikeouts and just 10 walks in this season. All this guy does is throw strikes. He's going to challenge you. Actually, the Ducks have given him some trouble. His ERA against the Ducks this season is over 5. So the Ducks, I don't have his number, but Arnie's going to go deep into games. And what makes him an ace is he can dominate even without his best stuff. He's pitched at least 7 innings in 8 of his last 10 starts. He's a workhorse, and if the Patriots are fortunate enough to make the playoffs, he's going to start game 1.
All right, Justin, thanks a lot. Good luck on your call tonight.
Likewise, Tom. Thanks for having me.
That was Justin Antwile, the voice of the Somerset Patriots, and the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show continues after this.
baseball fans, here they are on a beautiful Saturday evening. Here are your 2013 Long Island Ducks. And here's tonight's Long Island Ducks defensive lineup. In the field, it's Ryan Strebe. In center field, Craig Bennett. Right fielder, Adam Bailey. At third base, Brian Nelson. And baseball fans, tonight's color guards to honor America, to honor our flag, formed in the first base coaches box tonight is Cub Scout Pack 138 from Mastic Beach. In the third base coaches box tonight, the color guard is Girl Scout Service Unit number 48. They're from Shirley, Mastic, and Mastic Beach. And now, fans, we ask you to please rise and remove your hats and caps. And veterans, we invite you to salute. The Long Island Ducks are proud to present the national anthem tonight with members of the Long Island chapter of Transplant Recipients International Organization known as TRIO. TRIO is an all-volunteer group dedicated to spread awareness of the need for organ and tissue donation. There's over 129,000 Americans and 10,000 New York State residents who are currently waiting for the gift of life. Remember now, organ donations save lives. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Long Island Ducks present TRIO.
Back just in time for the national anthem at Bethpage Ballpark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets strengthened the bumpers stinging hand. They crooned through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The Long Island chapter of TRIO with the Star-Spangled Banner before the Long Island Ducks and Somerset Patriots play Game 3 of this 4-game series. Take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Somerset Patriots. Johnny Tucker, the second baseman, leads things off. He's followed by Aaron Eggleston playing left field. Yuneski Sanchez, the first baseman, bats third. Then Corey Aldridge, the DH, is the cleanup hitter. Corey Smith down at third base, bats fifth. Jorge Cortez in right field, bats sixth. Angel Sanchez, the shortstop, bats seventh. James Skelton catches and bats eighth, with Joe Holden, the center fielder, batting ninth for the Patriots. Eric Arneson gets a start on the hill for Somerset. And for the Ducks, Josh Barfield, second baseman, leading the way, followed by Ray Navarrete, the first baseman. Bryant Nelson down at third is the three hitter, with Bill Hall, the designated hitter, batting cleanup. Ryan Strebe in left field, bats fifth, followed by Adam Bailey, the right fielder. Catcher Ralph Enriquez bats seventh, batting eighth. Craig Binnick, the center fielder. And Dan Lyons, the shortstop, bats ninth for the Ducks. Bob Zimmerman on the hill. You hear Party in the USA, his song blaring as he takes his final tune-up tosses on the season. Zimmerman, a 2-3 record, 4.95 ERA. This is 23rd appearance and 8th start for the Ducks in 65 1/3 innings. He's given up 76 hits, 38 runs, 36 of them earned, with 41 strikeouts versus 25 walks. His most recent outing was in Camden. That came on Monday when he threw 6 shutout innings, giving up just 7 hits, and the Ducks' 2-1 win over the River Sharks. In fact, that was the last win, the most recent win for the Ducks. That game ended up going 14 innings before the Ducks were able to pull it out. Johnny Tucker stepping up to the plate to lead this ball game off. Tucker steps in from the right side. Patriots alternate right-left all the way through the lineup, 1 through 9. So Johnny Tucker, the right-handed hitting second baseman, climbs in as the first batter of the ball game. Here's the first pitch. Fastball right down the middle. 4 strike 1, coming in at 7:07. Zimmerman standing on the hill, staring in at Ralph Enriquez, the catcher. Reads the sign, kicks, and fires 0-1. Swung on, fouled off right side and out of play. Almost onto the concourse, deep down the right field line. Tucker quickly behind 0-2. Tucker, .255 batting average this season. 3 home runs, 51 runs batted in. He's ready with a slightly open stance. The kick, the 0-2. Fastball in tight on the hands. Count to 1-2. Umpires tonight, Alan Barnfield behind home plate calling balls and strikes. Marty Bauer down at first base with Andrew Steinberg, the third base umpire. 1-2, swung on, fisted towards first base. Ray Navarrete takes it on a hop, flips to Bob Zimmerman, the pitcher, sprinting over to cover the bag. And Johnny Tucker is retired, leading off the ball game here between the Patriots and the Ducks. Sends up Aaron Eggleston, the left-handed hitting left fielder. He's batting .292, 8 home runs, 49 runs batted in this year. Coming off a good day yesterday. 2 for 5 with a 2-run single in that 6-run fourth inning that accounted for almost all the offensive damage in the 7-2 win for the Patriots. Zimmerman winds and deals. First pitch, off-speed stuff on the inside corner. That's in there for the strike. And the 0-1 home. Another changeup on the inside corner. Zimmerman placing it very well, and he's quickly ahead 0-2. Very upright stance for Eggleston. 0-2 delivery. Fastball high and tight. Eggleston spinning out of the way to avoid being hit. Count to 1-2. Always scary to see that, especially after Jason Hayward of the Braves was hit in the face earlier this week. Here's the 1-2 home. Swung on, popped up, foul behind home plate, well out of play. Into the suite, some of the fans hoping it'll clank its way back down. And there it goes, onto the concourse. And a nice play made by a gentleman in a blue top to pick up a souvenir. Still 1-2 to Eggleston. Swings, pops this one up behind home plate. Catcher Enriquez throws the mask away onto the grass behind the dish. Makes the catch for 2 up and 2 down so far here in the top of the first. Sends up the 3-hitter, Yuneski Sanchez, playing first base in this one. He's hitting .338, 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Started the season with the Patriots, was signed to Oaxaca of the Mexican League and was playing there throughout their season, and now he's back with the Patriots here in the playoff push. Pivots in from the right side, tapping the bat on home plate. Zimmerman winds, kicks in, fires the first pitch. It's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Zimmerman with a look in at Enriquez. The catcher signals, and the 0-1. That's low. Count evens up. Sanchez was hitting .381 when he was signed and went to Mexico. He then hit .346 while in Mexico this year. Break-even pitch. Swung on line in the left center field. That is down for a hit, and Craig Binnix chasing it all the way to the wall. Sanchez easing around first base and cruising into second with a double. Just the third double of the season for Sanchez. And with 2 outs in the top of the first base runner of the ball game stands on second base in the party of Yuneski Sanchez. Here's Corey Aldridge, the designated hitter, batting .299, 10 home runs, 39 runs batted in. Defense for the Ducks, Ryan Strebe in left field, Craig Binnick in center, Adam Bailey in right. Aldridge ready to go. Zimmerman from a stretch for the first time. And it's a first pitch fastball into the knees for strike one. Bryant Nelson plays third base. It's Dan Lyons at shortstop, Josh Barfield at second, with Ray Navarrete at first for the Ducks. Ralph Enriquez catches Bob Zimmerman. Set at the letters. And the strike one pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. Count evens up to Aldridge. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, pinched a bit towards second base. Sneaking in behind Yuneski Sanchez, the runner. 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts on the season for Sanchez. But he's played just 16 games with the squad due to his time in Mexico. And the 1-1. Swung on, lifted behind second base. Lyons, the shortstop, back. And he makes the catch with two hands to retire Aldridge and the side in the top of the first. No runs, one hit, no errors. And Yuneski Sanchez left on second base. Heading to the bottom of the first. No score. Ducks and Patriots here on the home of Ducks baseball. 103.9 RCN. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Ducks and Patriots. Tom Felice at Bethpage Ballpark. And once again this season, the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union, serving members since 1916. Josh Barfield leading off the bottom of the first for Long Island. Barfield hitting .313. 5 home runs, 29 runs batted in. He's become the leadoff hitter after Joe Ashbrodeen was signed by the Oakland Athletics, the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. So it's Barfield leading off from the right side against the righty Eric Arneson. Corey Smith, the third baseman, on the edge of the grass for the Patriots. First pitch. Fastball misses inside for ball one. Arneson, 12-2 record, 2.95 ERA. That is third best in the league. 1-0. Swung on line in right center field, and it falls for a hit. Center fielder Joe Holden picks it up, flings it back in, but Josh Barfield has a leadoff single in the bottom of the first. No score. With Ray Navarrete coming up for the Ducks. Finish up the info on Arneson. It's his 19th start. All of his appearances have been starts this year. 122 innings with 128 hits given up. Opponents with 45 runs, 40 of them earned in that span. 80 strikeouts, just 12 walks. Navarrete takes first pitch fastball inside for ball one. The right-handed hitting first baseman going at .233. 5 home runs, 33 runs batted in this year that has had a few injuries for Ray Navarrete. 1-0. Swung on, broken bat, pop-up behind shortstop. Sanchez circling to his right, and then on to the infield dirt. Angel Sanchez makes the catch to retire Navarrete. One down, bottom of the first, man on first for the Ducks. No score. Here's Bryant Nelson, the third baseman, team's leading run producer. 63 runs batted in for the man they call Nelly. He's hitting .285 with 11 home runs as well. The switch hitter bats from the left side against the righty Arneson. Infield is shifted over, playing Nelson to pull. That's Corey Smith at third, Angel Sanchez at shortstop, Johnny Tucker at second, with Yuneski Sanchez at first. Set at the belt and the pitch home. It's outside for ball one. Outfield left to right, Aaron Eggleston, Joe Holden, Jorge Cortez. For Somerset, James Skelton calls the pitches behind the plate. 1-0. Swung on, fought off, out of play left side. Count evens up at 1-1 to Nelson. Nelson also leads the team with 27 doubles. Tied with Corey Smith, his third base counterpart on the Patriots, for fourth in the Atlantic League. Blake Galen, the leader with 35, was signed today by the Toronto Blue Jays. So the chase is on to win the doubles crown. Short lead for Barfield, the pitch. Swung on, lifted. Foul territory, first base side. Sanchez has a bead on it. He staggers back to his right and makes the catch, crossing over the foul line some 10 feet behind first base for the second out of the inning. So that's two hop-ups induced by Arneson after the leadoff single to Barfield here in the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. Sends up Bill Hall, the DH in this one, sitting .260 on the season. Team high 14 home runs, 53 runs batted in for the right-handed hitting former major leaguer Bill Hall. Starts with a wide open stance, closes it on his stride, throw to first. Barfield back in, standing up. Barfield just 3 of 5 in stolen base attempts on the season. The Ducks, not much of a running team. Second fewest stolen base attempts and successful steals in the league. Hall swings, rounds this one past the shortstop, Angel Sanchez, and into left center. Big turnaround second base for Barfield, but he stops as Aaron Eggleston, the left fielder, throws it back in. Hall first pitch swinging and first pitch hitting, as he has the second hit of the game for the Ducks. Men on first and second now with 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. Ducks looking for the first run of this ball game. Sends up Ryan Strebe. Strebe in left field, batting .283. 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. All of it coming from the right side of the plate. First pitch, fastball, crosses the outside corner. That's strike one. Arneson features a fastball, slider, splitter, and a changeup. Set of the belt, peak at second, and the 1-strike pitch. Fastball low, count evens up at 1-1 to Strebe. Arneson resides in Princeton, New Jersey. Went to Grove City College in Pennsylvania after growing up in Piscataway. Fastball on the outside corner. Count to 1-2. Now, growing up in Piscataway, New Jersey, Arneson lived close enough that he could attend Somerset Patriots games, and he did when he was in high school. Played at Timothy Christian High School. Long stare in to read the sign from Skelton. Low set, 1-2 home. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked well by Skelton. He pretty much collapsed on that ball, banged his knees together, leaned forward so it could bounce down off his chest. And now the count's at 2-2. Righty to righty here, 2 on, 2 outs, bottom of the first. No score, Ducks and Patriots. Somerset taking the first 2 of the series. And the pitch, fastball high, so a full count. Barfield can get an early start from second base. Hall, the same story down at first. Ducks look to open up the scoring in this one. Whole field in the shade. Sunlight bouncing off the emblem health sign in right center field, but that's it. Kick in the pitch. Swung on, lined into the netting, foul on the right side of home plate. Count remains full to Strebe. All the runners returning to their appropriate bases. And Strebe will look to send this one forward, not backward, and send the Ducks into the lead. Long Island loses a 4 straight, really looking for an early spark. Another payoff pitch. Swung on line, foul again, right side. Count remains full to Strebe. Ducks 4 games up on both Bridgeport and Camden in the Liberty Division standings, counting this game 22 more in 2013. So the Ducks certainly control their own destiny from here on out. But it's not as comfortable a lead as they wish they had. Ducks have been stumbling, losers of 11 of 15. Arneson steps off, spinning back towards second base. Barfield walks back, taps the bag with his toe, but neither middle infielder ever came over to cover the base. Arneson bends at the waist, holds the ball in his bare hand, reading the sign. Set at the belt. Long look at second, 3-2. Swung on, hit high in the air, shallow center. Joe Holden jogging in, stopping underneath it. One slide to his left, and he makes the catch to retire Strebe and the Ducks in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for Long Island. Through 1 full, there is no score between the Long Island Ducks and the Somerset Patriots here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN. Top of the second inning, no score. Ducks and Patriots. Time for the Ducks injury report. Brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Matt Way still on the shelf. He has forearm tightness in the left arm, the throwing arm for the Ducks starting pitcher. And Jared Lansford also on the inactive list. He has a shoulder impingement. Strangely enough, that was an injury that set Matt Way back earlier in this season. So the Ducks optimistic that both of those guys will rejoin this team soon, as they're looking for anything they can find to stop this recent slide. Corey Smith, Jorge Cortez, Angel Sanchez. Here on the top of the second, righty Bob Zimmerman still on the mound. Smith stepping in from the right side to lead off the frame. Scoreless ball game, Ducks and Patriots here in the second inning. Kick, first pitch. Fastball high for ball 1. Smith, a .273 hitter, 16 home runs, 72 runs batted in. Leads the team with 27 doubles. Takes the 1-0 for the strike on the outside corner. And that evens things up. Ducks wearing the home white uniforms with the green pinstripes. Rocking the 1-1. Fastball low and away. Ducks scripted in orange across the chest of the jersey. Number in green on the front and back. 2-1 home. Swung on, hit on the ground towards short. Lyons sprinting left and forward. Picks it up. Throws on to first. That retires Smith. First out in the top of the second. Here's Jorge Cortez, the right fielder. .269 hitter. 3 home runs. 15 runs batted in. Ducks wearing The white pants with the green pinstripes. The players who cuff their pants just below the knee, showing off black socks. Black hat with the orange Duckhead D logo for Long Island. Somerset with the alternate navy uniforms, white piping along the raglan sleeves. Numbers on the back are red outlined in white. Somerset in red scripted across the front of the jersey. Gray pants going with the navy top. First pitch inside to the lefty Cortez. Count to 1-0. Bryant Nelson even with the bag down at third for the Ducks. 1-ball delivery. Fastball high from Zimmerman. And now it's a 2-0 count. Cortez holds the bat very close to his ear as he waits for the pitch, and it's high and away, so now a 3-0 count. Cortez an upright stance and then really tucks the bat behind his head. 3-ball delivery. That's high for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Jorge Cortez. And there's a man on with a man out in the top of the second inning. No score between the Ducks and the Patriots.
Angel Sanchez, number 16.
Here's Angel Sanchez, their shortstop, hitting .245, no home runs. 7 runs batted in. Slightly open stance from the right side. Fastball misses in for ball 1. And Ralph Enriquez, the catcher, jogs out to the mound to have a word with Zimmerman as they try to get on the same page after 5 straight pitches out of the zone. Somerset 2 games back of the Sugarland Skeeters here in the second half of the season. And at this point, it's looking like Somerset will make the playoffs. As Lancaster is 7.5 games behind the Skeeters, they would need to make that up, jumping both the Patriots and Skeeters to qualify for the playoffs. 1-0, fastball into the knees. That evens the count at 1-1, so Zimmerman and Enriquez figured something out there. Zimmerman pitching from the stretch, peeking over his left shoulder at the runner Cortez off first. Deals. Swung on, hit on 1 hop to third. Nelson to second for 1. Barfield on to first. Double play. The Ducks roll a 5-4-3 twin killing, and it sets down the Patriots just like that. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was a walk, but after the double play, nobody left on. Heading to the bottom of the second inning, scoreless between Long Island and Somerset here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
They're also taking the finals courtesy of Dave.
Bottom of the second inning, no score. Ducks and Patriots here at Bethpage Ballpark. I'm Tom Felice. Of course, 22 games left in the season, so it's pennant race time. And we'll take a look at the out-of-town scores. Bad news for the Ducks early down in Texas. Camden with a 1-0 lead over Sugarland, but it's good news down in Southern Maryland. The Blue Crabs up 2-0 on the Bridgeport Bluefish. That game in the top of the third. Another game going on in the league. York and Lancaster, the War of the Roses. And it's a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the first. 2 teams closest by distance in the Atlantic League. York has already won their season series and will have the territorial rights to brag about this winter. Adam Bailey, Ralph Enriquez, Craig Binnick for the Ducks. Here in the bottom of the second inning, no score. 2 hits in the first for the Ducks. But nothing in the most important column, the run column on the scoreboard. Left-handed hitting Bailey, batting .254, 12 home runs, 49 runs batted in. Righty Arneson kicks and fires. Fastball catches the outside corner of Alan Barnfield's strike zone. And the count's to 0-1. Arneson, a big guy out there, 6'3", 255. 0-1. Fastball rides high and tight. Bailey backs out of the way. And now it's a 1-1 count. Arneson starts off facing the catcher. Puts the ball in his glove, twists, lifts the leg, and fires home. Swung on, hit high in the air, deep to right. Cortez going back at the track. He looks up, and it's gone. An absolute blast off the bat of Adam Bailey, and the Ducks have a 1-0 lead. Bailey clearing the second wall on his 13th home run of the season. Just like that, the Ducks are up 1-0. And they have their first lead in this series.
Number 30, Ralph Enriquez, number 30.
So here's Ralph Enriquez, the catcher, now hitting .253, best he's hit all season. He's on a 14-game hitting streak. Switch hitter batting from the left side, hoping to follow what Bailey just did. Takes first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Enriquez, 6 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Arneson shakes off the first sign. Now he nods towards the catcher Skelton. 0-1 home. Swung on, fisted back and out of play behind home plate. Count to 0-2. That home run by Adam Bailey, number 102 for the Ducks this season. They have already met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge, and Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Kick, 0-2 pitch home. Swung on and missed, bounced away from the catcher. Enriquez sprints towards first. Skelton throws high. It's off the glove of Yuneski Sanchez, and Ralph Enriquez is safe. An odd play. The ball didn't bounce too far, just some 10 feet to the right of Skelton. Sanchez was there, ready to go. The throw came in high, went off the glove of Sanchez, bounced behind him. Looked like Sanchez thought he had it in the mitt. But Enriquez reaches on the strikeout. Here's Craig Binnick, center fielder, up from the right side. Takes first pitch slider in there for a strike. That play is scored as Enriquez reaching on a strikeout and then an error charge to Yuneski Sanchez, just his second of the season. Look at first from the stretch. 1 strike pitch, swung on, lined over second base and down into center field for a base hit. Enriquez with a strong turn at second, and he slides back in safely. He took a big turn, and the throw came fired in from Joe Holden. Johnny Tucker almost tagged out Enriquez. Kevin Baez standing with hands on hips, coaching third. But everybody's safe. Ducks up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. And they have 2 on now with nobody out, and Dan Lyons stepping up. Lyons right on the Mendoza line, 200. No homers, 22 runs batted in. Would think he might be called upon to bunt here. Ducks not often for the sacrifice, but this would be a prime spot for it. He squares, pulls it back, but the pitch is a strike into the knees. For the Ducks this season, they have laid down 12 bunts, by far the fewest in the league. That's half of what York has, and York is 7th out of the 8 teams in the Atlantic League. Corey Smith on the edge of the grass at third. Same story, Yuneski Sanchez down at first. Set of the belt, 0-1. Lion squares, and he bunts it in the air, foul, and to the dirt, to the right of the catcher, Skelton. He dove for it, stuck his bare hand out, but was not able to pick it up. Now it's an 0-2 count to Lions. Nobody out. Run already in on the Adam Bailey home run here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Ducks. It's Ralph Enriquez on second base. Craig Binnick on first. One-two pitch home. Slider low and away. Lions takes it outside. And now he has a 1-2 count. Kevin Baez still flashing signals, standing just inside the third base coach's box. Whacker Jack, the Ducks mascot, leaning over the Somerset dugout, talking smack to the players. Check of second, 1-2. Lyons swings and misses a high fastball. And Dan Lyons is set down for the first out here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 Ducks. For Arneson, that is his first strikeout of the game. And here's the top of the order, Josh Barfield. He greeted Arneson with a single in the first inning. Barfield up from the right side. Arneson the righty to the rosin bag on the back slope of the mound. Barfield, former major leaguer, former very highly touted prospect in the Padres organization as well. Checks his swing at a breaking ball on the outside corner. That is strike one. Ralph Enriquez lightly punching his right quad. Perhaps he tweaked it a little bit, running the bases. Craig Binnick leads off first. One strike pitch to Barfield. Swung on, hit high in the air towards left. Eggleston jumps up and makes the catch. He had it lined up, and all of a sudden, he jumped straight up. Like the ball was at a bit higher height than he imagined, but Barfield is retired on a fly out to left. They're quickly two away. It'll be up to Ray Navarrete to keep this from being just a one-run inning for the Ducks. 1-0 Long Island. Bottom of the second. First time up, Ray popped out to the shortstop. It's Angel Sanchez. To Sanchez. Sanchai, maybe? On the infield for the Patriots. First pitch fastball on the outside corner for a strike. It's Angel Sanchez at shortstop. Yuneski Sanchez down at first. Outfield straight away. Same story on the infield. And the 0-1 home. Check swing. That misses low on the appeal. No swing. And now it's a 1-1 count to Ray Navarrete. Ray, the longest tenured Duck. Among the league leaders in a slew of all-time categories, including games played and hits. He's chasing down Jeff Nettles, former Somerset Patriot, in both categories. 1-1 home. Breaking ball high and away. Now it's 2-1. Navarrete with 1,018 career hits in the Atlantic League. Jeff Nettles, 1,052. Navarrete started his Atlantic League career with Somerset in 2005. Helped him to a championship. He's been with the Ducks ever since. 2-1 count, the kick, the pitch. Fastball high and away. Counts to 3-1. If you heard the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show, you'll remember Justin Antwile, the broadcaster for Somerset, mentioning Arneson walks very few batters, just 12 in 122 innings coming into this one. Now Navarrete ahead 3-1 in the count. And the delivery. Swung on, lifted, fouling out of play right side. Full count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Long Island. Ralph Enriquez at second, Craig Binnick at first. Can both get an early start on this payoff pitch coming to Navarrete. That's exactly what it was like in the first inning, the Ducks with men on first and second and 2 down. Ryan Strebe ended up flying out to center. Ray Navarrete hoping for a better fate here in his second at-bat of the day. Set at the belt. 2 looks at second, the payoff pitch. Swung on, golfed, fouling out of play on the right side. Navarrete protecting and slicing that one well out of play. Arneson kicking some dirt off of the mound, putting his right foot astride the pitching slab. Reads a sign from Skelton. Set of the belt, payoff pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air, deep to left center field. Eggleston going back. He reaches up, and he makes the catch on the warning track before running into the wall. Aaron Eggleston tracking that one down in the gap, preventing what would have likely been a two-run double for Ray Navarrete. For Long Island in the second, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on Adam Bailey with a solo home run. And the Ducks take a 1-0 lead towards the third inning here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN. Here at Bethpage Ballpark, top of the third inning, means it's time for the third inning trivia question, brought to you by Carvel. Carvel, celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. Tonight is Camara Barti night at Bethpage Ballpark. He threw out the first pitch. You may have heard him on the radio broadcast last night. And one of the Ducks' all-time greats, Camara Barti, being honored on the 2004 championship team. Barti led the Ducks in home runs. How many home runs did Camara Barti hit in 2004? The answer coming up in the bottom of this inning. Here in the top of the third will be 8, 9, and 1. James Skelton, Joe Holden, Johnny Tucker. For the Patriots, a trio of first names that start with J. There are 4 overall in the lineup for the Patriots. For the Ducks, it's all about the Killer Bees. Barfield, Bill Hall, Bailey, Binnick. Brodeen was signed a few weeks ago to take one member of the B team away. The B team has been the A team, though, for the Ducks this season. So much production from those guys. James Skelton, catcher, bats from the left side. Squares to bunt. Takes a pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Skelton hitting .260. 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in this season. Did not feature in yesterday's ball game. Black batting gloves. 1 strike pitch from Zimmerman. Breaking ball low and in. Count evens up at 1-1. Righty Bob Zimmerman made 27 starts for the Ducks last season and a 4.32 ERA, second in the league in strikeouts. 1-1. Low and in. Now a 2-1 count. Zimmerman joined this team at the beginning of June. He was coaching a college baseball team in his native St. Louis area. Fires 2-1. Just misses inside. Now it's a 3-1 count. Seems like Alan Barnfield's strike zone might have shrunk a little bit. Here's the third inning starts, 1-0 Ducks. Kick in the 3-1. Fastball inside. And James Skelton earns the walk. Second walk issued today by Bob Zimmerman. And for the first time today, the Patriots have the lead runner on with Joe Holden coming up to the plate. Holden hitting .314, no home runs, 7 runs batted in. You hear some polite applause for Holden, who is a Long Island native from Wantagh. Went to Malloy College as well. Holden in from the left side with an open stance. From the stretch, the pitch. Fastball high for ball 1. Saw last inning Zimmerman issue a 4-pitch walk and then get a double play from Angel Sanchez. See if Zimmerman can induce another ground ball after the walk he issued to James Skelton, leading off the third here. 1-0 home. Fastball in there for a strike at the knees, and the count evens up at 1-1. Third baseman Bryant Nelson on the edge of the grass. Double play depth up the middle for Dan Lyons and Josh Barfield. Zimmerman at the stretch. Twists to look at first. Sets at the letters. 1-1 count, the kick, the pitch. Change up outside. Now it's a 2-1 count. Ralph Enriquez, the catcher, out of his crouch after catching that ball, kind of points at Zimmerman to say, come on, you can do this. And Enriquez is back down in position, and they're ready to go. Two-one. Swung on and missed. Nice off-speed pitch from Zimmerman. The count to 2-2. 1-0 Ducks. Nobody out, top of the third, with James Skelton, the runner on first base for the Patriots. Holden stepping back in from the left side with his red and black shoes. All black bat with the black batting gloves. 2-2. Swung on a lifted foul out of play left side. Count remaining at 2-2. Lovely night for baseball. Not a cloud in the Long Island sky. Still light blue. Sun is not totally set. Lights are on, though, and they have an effect on the playing surface visually. Navarrete holding Skelton on first. Zimmerman nodding in 2-2. Fastball high and a full count to Holden. Zimmerman already over 10 pitches this inning, is yet to record an out. Through just 26 through the first two. Payoff pitch popped up on the infield. Zimmerman, the pitcher, there. Now it's Navarrete, the first baseman, and he makes the catch right in front of the hill. Ralph Enriquez, always very cerebral when he's on the field, ran down to cover first base as the two right side infielders and the pitcher were all thinking about the pop-up. Holden retired. First out in the top of the third. It's 1-0 Ducks, and here's Johnny Tucker, the top of the order. First time up, he grounded out to Navarrete over at first. Now he comes up with a runner on, James Skelton, the man on first. Tucker, a right-handed bat. Zimmerman sets. Throws quickly to first, but Skelton wasn't going anywhere. He is back in, standing up. Skelton is a good base stealer, though. He's 19 of 20. And he's stolen 17 straight bases this year. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner. That count is 0-1. Tucker 1 for 5 with a run and a run batted in. In yesterday's ball game, a 7-2 win for the Patriots. They took the first two games of this series. Somerset, 27 wins in their last 33 games. 15 of their last 17, 12 of their last 13, and 5 straight. Quite a run for the Patriots. 0-1. Swung on, popped up, fouling out of play. Tucker quickly behind 0-2. And it seemed like it was just a month ago, right at the start of this string for the Patriots, that they were in some trouble, as Lancaster had a hot start to the second half of the season, and a lot of people around the league were thinking that possibly the Barnstormers would be able to sneak in the playoffs. Somerset, with such a great first half, would be shut out. 0-2 count towards Johnny Tucker. Righty-righty matchup. The set from Zimmerman and a throw to first base to keep James Skelton honest. 1-0 Ducks. 1-away top of the third. Long Island looking double play up the middle. Bryant Nelson would turn it if he had the shot down at third as well. Long set. Time called at home plate. With runners on base, Zimmerman will often slow things down, certainly attempt to take control of the timing, really be in charge of everything when pitching can always become offense. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high and in towards Tucker, almost over his head, which is not that difficult. Tucker listed at just 5'8". Surprisingly, not the smallest member of the Patriots. That's Dan Hennigan, reserve infielder. He's down there coaching first base right now. He's just 5'6". There's a ball missing low and away. Count to 2-2. Dan Lyons and Bryant Nelson both listed at 5'10", shortest members of the Ducks. Set, 2-2. Fastball high and away, so a full count to Johnny Tucker. First batter of the inning, James Skelton, at a 3-1 count, he walked. Joe Holden popped out on a payoff pitch, and that'll be a payoff pitch to Johnny Tucker. A long inning already for Zimmerman. He's thrown north of 15 pitches. 3-2, runner goes, fastball inside for ball 4. Second walk of the inning, third of the game for Zim. And there's 2 on with 1 out in the top of the third. Ducks up 1-0, and Steve Foucault, the pitching coach, is heading out of the dugout to chat with Zimmerman. The Ducks do not want to give back the lead that they picked up on Adam Bailey's solo home run in the bottom of the second inning. First lead the Ducks have had in this series. Somerset scored the first 2 runs on Thursday en route to a 7-1 win. And they scored the first 7 runs in their 7-2 win yesterday, keyed by a 6-run 4th inning. Foucault has said what he needs to say. He'll walk back to the dugout. Looks like he's walking a little faster than he did at points earlier in the season. He's getting into playoff shape just like the team. Aaron Eggleston stepping up.
Aaron Eggleston, number 91.
Lefty popped out to Enriquez behind the plate his first time up. Very upright stance. From the set, the first pitch. Fastball in. It's 1-0. Zimmerman having trouble locating his pitches side to side. Look at second, 1-0. Fastball high and away. Now it's a 2-0 count. Zimmerman coming off a great outing. 6 innings, no runs, 7 hits, just 2 walks. Already with 3 walks today. Ducks have a 1-0 lead. 1 out, top of the third. 2-0. That's high again. And it's a 3-0 count. Johnny Tucker on first base. James Skelton on second for the Patriots. If you give the Patriots an inch, they'll take a yard. So 2 walks and now a 3-0 count. Not what the Ducks want to do. Pitch to Eggleston. Fastball on the inside corner for the strike. That a get-me-over fastball from Zimmerman. 1 ground ball. This inning could be over. Zimmerman to the set. 3-1 count. Light kick the pitch. Same pitch, fastball inside corner. And now it's full to Eggleston. Outfield straight away. Payoff pitch. Just misses inside. That pitch very similar to the 2 previous, but off the plate enough for Alan Barfield. 3rd walk of the inning, and the bases are loaded for the Patriots. Just 1 out. Here in the top of the 3rd, Ducks with a 1-0 lead. All the Ducks infielders shifting around. See how Long Island ends up against Yuneski Sanchez. Had a double his first time up. He is always dangerous at the plate. In from the right side. First delivery. Fastball foul back to the netting. Healthy cut for Sanchez. That'll prove he has stretched out the back before the ball game, but he's just behind 0-1. Nelson back at 3rd. Lyons sneaking in behind the runner at second base. Barfield currently with his hat off his head. Normal spot at second. Navarrete back at first. So the Ducks will try to turn a double play on a ground ball. 0-1. Check swing, breaking ball low and away. Sanchez held up. Not even an appeal. Count to 1-1. Sanchez with the only hit so far for the Patriots. They have the bases loaded. Down 1-0 here in the top of the third and just one out. Set, kick home. Swung on line into right. Bailey to his left, takes it on one hop. Skelton scores. Tucker held at third. Everybody just up one station on an RBI single for Yuniesky Sanchez, which ties the ball game at 1 here in the top of the third. Sanchez now 2 for 2 as he proves that he is one of the best hitters in this league. So same situation, bases loaded, one out. Now it's Corey Aldridge. The DH popped up to the shortstop to end the first inning. Bats on the left side. Aldridge a bit of an intimidating figure in the batter's box. Swings the first pitch, rounds it foul up the first base line. That's past Ray Navarrete all the way into the corner. But it is a foul ball. Aldridge at 6'1", 225 pounds, was recruited to play major college football out of the state of Texas. Instead chose to go the baseball route. And it turned out rather well for Mr. Smith. 0-1. Fastball inside. And the count evens up. A few of the fans who bought a ticket to umpire this one disagreeing. But Alan Barnfield, never one to get flustered behind the plate. 1-1. Breaking ball low and in. Enriquez with a bit of trouble with it. Was able to make the play. Keep it in front. And keep the runners at their stations. One on every base for the Patriots. 1-1 ball game. One out top of the third. Kicking the pitch. Swung on, fouled. Back to the left. Bounces off the facing of the second deck. All the way back to the screen. And it ends up in the seats. Now it's 2-2 to Aldridge. Game dragging on a bit here in the top of the third. Just hit the 8 o'clock hour in Central Islip. 1-1 ball game. Ducks and Patriots. Zimmerman sets. The kick, the 2-2. Swung on line into left center field. That's down for a hit. Tucker eases in to score. Here comes Eggleston behind him. The throw from Lyons goes to second base, and Corey Aldridge slides in there safely with a 2-run double. Somerset with 3 runs in the top of the third, and they have a 3-1 lead. Loneliest man in Central Islip, Bob Zimmerman, on the hill. It's been a rough inning. He's thrown over 30 pitches already, has just 1 out, and he's given up an early Ducks lead. Sanchez ended up at third base, and now Corey Smith, the righty, takes first pitch outside for ball 1. Aldridge now with 41 runs batted in on the season. 1-0. Swung on, lifted foul. Right side, Enriquez, the catcher, sprinting in front of his dugout, and he makes the catch. Good hustle from Enriquez. Ray Navarrete comes over and taps him on the back. Bob Zimmerman covering home plate to prevent any sneak down the line from Yuniesky Sanchez. So Smith pops out for the second out of the inning. One that Bob Zimmerman desperately needed. Here's Jorge Cortez, the right fielder. Walked his first time up. Zimmerman walking 3 men here in the third. All 3 of them have come in to score. They'll look for Cortez to be the last hitter in the frame. After Cortez walked in the second inning, he was eliminated on a double play. Straight up stance from the left side. Swings the first pitch, pops it up, foul territory, third base side. Nelson sliding onto the warning track, and he makes the catch to retire the Patriots here in the third. 8 men come to the plate, 3 of them crossing. 2 hits, no errors, 3 walks, and 2 left on. Heading to the bottom of the third inning, it's 3-1 Somerset here in the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Let's put 30 seconds on.
Bottom of the third inning, a 3-1 Somerset. Seems like a long time ago as Somerset scored 3 runs in the top of the third, but we did pose the Carvel trivia question. It's time for the answer to the Carvel trivia question. Carvel celebrating more than 75 years of making people happy. It's Khmer Barty night at the ballpark. Barty, member of the Ducks in 03 and 04, led the team in home runs in 2004. The question, how many home runs did Barty hit in that magical championship season for the Ducks? The answer, 27, to lead Long Island on their way to the Atlantic League Championship. So with the Ducks down 3-1, it's Bryant Nelson leading off the bottom of the third, looking to put the Ducks back on top. Nelson popped out to the first baseman in foul territory his first time up. Switch hitter batting left. Takes the first pitch outside from right-handed starter Eric Arneson, who now has a 3-1 lead to work with. Nelson on a modest 5-game hitting streak. Wind in the 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner. And that evens the count. Arneson settled in the New Jersey area. That's where he's from. And his wife attended Rutgers Law School. 1-1 fastball on the outside corner at the knees. Nelson now behind 1-2. Arneson and his wife met when they were 12 years old at church. Dated since the 8th grade. 1-2 home. Swung on, hit weakly on the ground. 2 hops back to the pitcher, Arneson. He sidearms over to first. And that retires Nelson for the first out in the bottom of the third inning. It's 3-1 Somerset. Sends up Bill Hall. The DH singled his first time up. Muscling one through the left side past the catcher. Past the second baseman. Shortstop, Angel Sanchez. Left side would be the side of the third baseman and the shortstop. And that's where Hall hit it his first time up. Hall, a utility guy, has seen time at shortstop and second base for the Ducks, along with third base and left field. He's the DH tonight, so figure that. First pitch to the righty. Swung on, hit high in the air, deep to center. Holden back at the edge of the track, and he makes the catch to retire Hall. Hall just missing that one. Remember, first game of this series, Hall had an absolute blast to straightaway center field. But this time it stays in the ballpark, just like that. 2 down, bottom of the third inning. Ducks trailing 3-1.
Number 33.
Sent to Brian Strebe. He flied out to center field his first time up. Right-handed hitting left fielder, native of Washington, the state, not the city. Takes first pitch, fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Strebe came into this one hitting .283. 2 homers, 14 driven in. And the 0-1. Fastball rides in. Count evens up. Strebe plays college baseball at the University of Kentucky. There he was an All-American before the Detroit Tigers drafted him. Kicking the 1-1. That's inside. 2-1 count to Ryan Strebe. He pivots out to the right-handed batter's box, adjusts his black helmet with his white batting gloves, and is good to go once again. Twist, 2-1 home. Fastball in the outside corner. Now it's 2-2 to Strebe. Kevin Baez, hands on knees, coaching third base for the Ducks. Bud Harrelson down coaching first for Long Island. 2-2. Swung on, hit on the ground towards second base. Tucker shuffled to his right. Fields transfers, throws to first. And that retires Strebe and the Ducks in the bottom of the third inning. The first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Heading on to the fourth, 3-1 Somerset over Long Island here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
So fans, you gotta cheer them on. Let's put 30 seconds on that clock. On your mark, get set, go!
Top of the fourth inning, 3-1 Somerset over Long Island here at Bethpage Ballpark. Fans discover the real difference at Huntington Honda and find Long Island's all-star lineup of over 1,200 new Hondas. Huntington Honda steps up to the plate to treat every customer with no pressure, respect, and Grand Slam service after the sale. Discover the real difference in a winning buying experience at HuntingtonHondaCars.com and then visit Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110. Angel Sanchez up from the right side. First pitch on the outside corner. That is strike one. Sanchez, the only man who did not bat in the third for Somerset. 0-1 drops in for a strike. It's quickly 0-2. First time up, Sanchez grounded into a double play, ending the second inning. Righty Bob Zimmerman kicks and deals 0-2. Slowing outside. Now it's a 1-2 count. Zimmerman gives the appearance of a pitcher straight out of the 1920s on the hill. 1-2. Swung on line, down the right field line. This slices foul. Count remains the same. He pulls the pants up, cuffing them just below the knee, showing off the black socks. He wears a black long-sleeve shirt underneath the white jersey, cut just below the elbows, and then he'll raise his hands when he winds up, do a big twist with the left leg before firing home. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses in the dirt, and it's 2-2. So it kind of looks like something out of the time of Christy Mathewson and Walter Johnson, the way he delivers on the hill. 3-1 Patriots. 2-2 pitch to Angel Sanchez. Swung on, fisted on one hop to shortstop. Dan Lyons fields, double pumps, and throws over to first to retire Sanchez, leading off the top of the fourth inning. Good start to the frame for Zimmerman after his shaky third, where he walked 3 and gave up 3 runs. Here's the catcher, James Skelton. He walked leading off that third inning and came in to score. Left-handed bat. Steps out of the batter's box after already being in there. Now he's back in, good to go. First pitch from Zimmerman. Breaking ball high. That is ball one. Skelton takes that one up and in. Now it's a 2-0 count. And the pitch. Fastball in. Now it's 3-0. One fan not pleased with Zimmerman so far. Skelton in his 10th season of professional baseball. 3-0 delivery. Fastball misses inside. That's ball four. Fifth walk Bob Zimmerman has given up today. And there's a man on with a man out, top of the fourth inning. Somerset holding a 3-1 lead. 5 walks, a season high for Zimmerman. His previous high was 4 when he was shellacked by the Sugarland Skeeters on August 14th. Here's the 9-hitter Joe Holden. Center fielder popped up to Navarrete at first last inning. Fastball high and away for ball one. Here's Ralph Enriquez, the catcher, out to chat with Zimmerman. Try to settle things down here for the Ducks right-hander. 3-1 Patriots. 1 out, top of the fourth inning. All 3 runs coming in the third for Somerset. Adam Bailey, a solo home run for the Ducks in the bottom of the second. Shane Spencer, former Yankee, among other major league teams, coaches third base for the Patriots. 1-0. Swung on, fouled straight back to the backstop. And now the count's at 1-1. Skelton chatting with Dan Hennigan, reserve infielder who's coaching first base. Now Skelton leads. 1-1 count. The kick and the pitch. Swung on line right back in the netting behind home plate again. Zimmerman ahead of Holden, 1-2. Holden spent 4 seasons in the Mets organization, reaching high A, St. Lucie down in Florida. Chokes up on a black bat. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball low and inside, fooling Holden. And Zimmerman earns the strikeout. His first of the night. And a big second out here in the top of the fourth. Somerset ahead 3-1 with James Skelton, the runner, on first base. Here's the top of the order, Johnny Tucker. First time up. Tucker grounded out to first base and then walked and scored last inning. Quick throw to first. Navarrete isn't even on the bag, as that was a bit of a lollipop throw from Zimmerman to keep Skelton honest. Righty to righty. First pitch. Nope. Another throw over. Skelton dives back in this time. So Johnny Tucker standing at the plate, still waiting for the first pitch of this at-bat. Now he's going to step out. Bryant Nelson, the third baseman, is even with the bag. First pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. Enriquez spinning out of the crouch that time, making sure that ball didn't make it to the backstop. Another throw to first base. Another lofted throw from Zimmerman. Skelton back in there very easily. Home. Swung on here on the ground. Back towards Zimmerman. Knocks his glove off and rolls behind the mound towards second. No play. Everybody's safe. That ball was hit behind the back of Zimmerman, so he stuck the left hand with the glove out. And the ball knocked the glove right off his hand and kept rolling behind the hill. It'll be an infield single for Tucker with Skelton up to second base on the play. It's rare that you see a player's glove come off during the course of play, but happened right there.
Eggleston.
Luckily for Zimmerman, seems like the glove was the only thing that was hit. So he'll be able to continue pitching for the Ducks. Aaron Eggleston up from the left side, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Takes first pitch, breaking ball inside. Catcher Enriquez sliding to his right to block it. Counts at 1-0. 3-1 Patriots, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Men on first and second. It's Tucker down at first and Skelton over at second base. 1 ball delivery. Off-speed pitch on the inside corner. That evens the count at 1-1. Look over at second. 1-1 home. Swung on, hit on a high hop towards short. Lyons fields at neck level. Fires to first. And that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 walk. 2 left on for the Patriots. Heading on to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 Somerset. Here on the home of Ducks baseball. 103.9 RCN. Bottom of the fourth inning, 3-1 Somerset. Fans, now you can enjoy the taste of the Australian Outback at discounted prices just by attending Ducks games at Bethpage Ballpark. During every Friday home game, Ducks staff members will be handing out coupons for $5 off the purchase of 2 lunch entrees at Outback Steakhouse as fans exit the ballpark. Whether you're enjoying one of their delicious USDA choice steaks or one of many Aussie-tizers, Outback takes great pride in serving the freshest, highest quality foods possible. They're now open on Saturday and Sunday for lunch beginning at 11 a.m. and join them every Wednesday as well for No Worries Wednesdays with a complete meal for 2 starting at just $25. At Outback, it's all about the quality and all about the food. For the Ducks, just 1 Friday home game left, September 6th. So if you want your Outback coupons, buy your tickets now for that game against the Sugarland Skeeters. 3-1 Patriots, bottom of the fourth. Adam Bailey leading things off. Takes first pitch, breaking ball outside for ball 1 to the lefty. First time up, Bailey hit a solo home run to right center field. That was leading off the second inning. Only run for the Ducks so far. Takes the 1-0 outside. Now it's 2-0. Bailey with 13 home runs on the season, just 1 behind Bill Hall for the team lead in that category. Eric Arneson, the righty pitcher, to the winds, and the 2-ball pitch. Check swing, and it's a strike anyways on the outside corner. And now the count is 2-1. Gray and black batting gloves for Bailey as he's ready from the left. 2-1 home. Swung on, grounded weakly foul of third base. Kevin Baez picks it up just beyond the third base coach's box. Walks towards the seats. Flips it to a young fan with a black glove. Bailey now at 2-2. Infield to step over towards first base. Outfield over towards right. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, fouled off the top of the netting, bouncing straight back down onto the warning track behind home plate. Count remaining at 2-2 to Bailey. 3-1 Patriots. Adam Bailey leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Ducks. Long Island looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. Somerset's won 5 straight. 2-2. Swung on and missed. High fastball. And Adam Bailey strikes out. Third strikeout of the day for Eric Arneson. And there's one away in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Ralph Enriquez. First time up. The catcher reached on a drop third strike. A play on which the catcher James Skelton threw high to the first baseman Yuniesky Sanchez, who was charged with an error. This game's only error. First pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back to the netting behind home plate. Counts 0-1. Enriquez on a 14-game hitting streak, with hits in 19 of his last 20 games. Now, he's not playing every day, platooning the catching with Ramon Castro for Long Island. Here's the 0-1. Now outside to switch hitter batting from the left against the righty Arneson. Both catchers hitting well as of late. Castro now has a 6-game hitting streak with a hit last night. Kick in the 1-1. Called strike on the outside corner. Enriquez now in a 1-2 hole. Arneson with a chance for back-to-back strikeouts after having just 2 through the first 3 innings. And the 1-2. That's high. 2-2 now to Enriquez. 3-1 Patriots. 1 away, bottom of the fourth. Somerset pitching struck out 9 Ducks yesterday, 7 on Thursday. So 16 through the first 2 games. Deep breath from Arneson. The twist and the 2-2. Swung on. Then on a high hop towards second base. Tucker backhands, turns, throws to first. Not in time. An infield hit for Ralph Enriquez. And the catcher has a 15-game hitting streak. And more importantly, the Ducks have a man on with a man out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, trailing 3-1. That ball took a very unique high hop towards second base. Tucker at the range right, backhanded it in the hole. By the time he turned and threw to first, he was not able to catch Ralph Enriquez, who has decent speed for a catcher. Here's Craig Binnick, first time up. He singled to center field. And the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike to the righty Binnick. Looked like the Ducks were going to have something going in the second inning after Adam Bailey's solo home run. Enriquez reached and Binnick singled, but that was that. Eric Arneson got 3 straight outs to end the inning. 1 strike count, the kick, the pitch. Fastball into the knees, and Binnick, just like that, finds himself at 0-2. Arneson bending at the waist to read the sign. Sets below the belt in a black glove. 0-2. Fastball high. Binnick lays off. Enriquez doesn't take much of a lead from first base. Odds are he'll not be looking to steal. Just 1 attempt this season, and it was unsuccessful. From the set, 1-2. Swung on, hit high in the air, deep to left. Eggleston going back at the track. He reaches up and makes the catch, jumping into the wall. No, he didn't. The ball fell. Here comes Enriquez around third. Eggleston just picking it up now. Enriquez scores. A dive into third for Craig Binnick. And that's an RBI triple. And the Ducks are just down 1 now. 3-2 Somerset here in the bottom of the fourth. Eggleston appeared to have that one lined up as he jumped up, hit the wall, but the ball bounced away, rolling down into the corner. It allowed Enriquez to score all the way from first, and Binnick to reach with a triple. And the Ducks have the tying run just 90 feet away, infield coming in for the Somerset Patriots here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth inning. Dan Lyons up at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Arneson looks in. And the pitch is in there for a strike. That's the first triple of the season for Craig Binnick. Now 15 runs batted in. First time up, Lyons was called on to bunt and could not lay it down, ended up striking out swinging. Binnick leading down the third base line. The set 0-1. That misses low. Count evens up. Infield in all the way around. Binnick does have some speed, but it wouldn't be enough if a ground ball was hit right at a fielder. Here's the 1-1. Fastball high and tight. Lyons nodding back. Top of the order, Josh Barfield on deck. Lyons does not get the job done. The Ducks are confident Barfield could, but they would have no issue if Lyons had a base knock here to tie the ball game. Arneson ready. And the 2-1 home. Swung on, hit weakly towards second base. Tucker charges. Here comes Binnick. The throw, the slide, and he's out. Binnick thought he slid underneath the tag. He's pointing at home plate to Alan Barfield, the home plate umpire. Binnick saying he was tagged high, and he slid in underneath. It was a closer play than it looked like it would have been initially, and Binnick might not have gotten the best break from third either. But he's tagged out, and the out goes 4-2. Lyons reaches on the fielder's choice, and the Ducks have a man on first with 2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth, trailing 3-2. And it's top of the order, Josh Barfield, the aforementioned second baseman. Singled in the first inning, then flied out to left in the second. Lyons wearing white shoes, leads off first base. And the pitch home. Swung on, cranked foul down the left field line. Bouncing all the way back into fair territory. Eggleston picks it up there. Count is 0-1 to Barfield. Josh Barfield, son of a major leaguer, Jesse Barfield. Played with the Yankees among other teams. Barfield himself spent 4 years in the majors with Cleveland and San Diego. 0-1. Fastball low and away. Skelton, the catcher, backhands. Count is now even at 1-1. Lyons off first. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, line into center field. That's down for a base hit. Lyons stops at second base. Barfield, a 2-hit day. And there's 2 on with 2 outs for the Ducks. Bottom of the fourth inning. 3-2 Patriots. Here's Ray Navarrete. Chance for Ray to step up and tie the ball game. It's back-to-back 2-hit games for Josh Barfield. 17 of them now on the season, 26 total multi-hit outings. Navarrete now walking up to some Michael Jackson. Began the season with This Is Why I'm Hot by Mims, but he's changed it up. First pitch in there for a strike. Eric Arneson on the hill, spells Eric E-R-I-K. The way that you'll often see it spelled in Scandinavian countries. Arneson, also a last name that has some Scandinavian roots. Navarrete swings and misses. He's quickly in an 0-2 hole. Dan Lyons at second base. Josh Barfield at first for the Ducks. 2 outs, a run in here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 3-2 Somerset now. The Ducks fighting back with the bats. Open stance from the right side for Navarrete. And the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Pitch is in the dirt. And Skelton picks it up to tag out Navarrete and end the inning. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. But 2 left on for Long Island through 4 full, 3-2 Somerset here in the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Row L, let's hear you 206.
Seat 18.
3-2 Somerset over Long Island. Start of the 5th inning at Bethpage Ballpark. I'm Tom Felice. And fans, next time you're here at the Duck Pond, don't forget to stop by the Waterland Shop, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. Uneski Sanchez, Corey Aldridge, Corey Smith, the three due up for the Patriots here in the top of the 5th inning. Sanchez 2 for 2 already in this ball game. Righty shows bunt, pulls it back. Righty Bob Zimmerman delivers a strike on the inside corner. Counts 0-1. Double in the first inning for Sanchez. He was stranded on second. Drove in a run with a single in the third. 0-1, just on the outside corner. Zimmerman now ahead 0-2 in the count. Uneski Sanchez played in the World Baseball Classic this past winter with the Spanish national team. Swings to the 0-2 and grounds it foul down the third base line. Count remains 0-2. Hit a blistering 636 in the Classic. Sanchez originally from Cuba, Cartagenas to be specific, on the North Shore, but represented Spain in the World Baseball Classic. Zimmerman from the winds, the kick, and the strike 2 pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, and out of play behind the plate. Count remaining 0-2. That Spanish team in the World Baseball Classic had a bunch of guys who have seen Atlantic League time this season. Gabe Suarez, who started the year with the Ducks, played for him, along with Yasser Gomez of Camden, his teammate Solomon Manriquez, Eduardo Morlan down in Southern Maryland. Another 0-2. Fastball fisted into the seats on the left side. Count remaining 0-2. Sanchez with a bit of a grin on his face. That ball was well in on the hands. And he really turned on it. Hit it about 135 degrees behind him. Pretty hard to do. Zimmerman back, ready to go. The kick, another 0-2. Fastball just outside. Now a 1-2 count to Sanchez, leading off the top of the 5th inning. It's 3-2 Patriots. 3-game of a 4-game set. Somerset taking the first 2. 1-2 home. Swung on line towards short. Dan Lyons to a knee, and the shortstop makes the catch. That was a frozen rope about 3 feet off the ground. It was that way from home plate out to shortstop, and Lyons made the grab to retire Sanchez for the first time today. Here's Corey Aldridge, the designated hitter. 1 for 2. The big blow, a 2-run double in the third. Put Somerset on top. They're still on top. It was 3-1 then. Now it's 3-2. Aldridge, a left-handed hitter. Slightly open stance, first pitch. Taken for a fastball low. That's ball 1. Zimmerman rocks, kicks, 1-0. Swung on and missed. Nice off-speed delivery. And the count evens up. Corey Aldridge was a football and baseball player in high school. And he led his high school football team to the state championship game. 1-1. Fastball high. And the count's now 2-1. Of course, high school football in Texas, that's a big deal. And there's always going to be some very good players involved when you get down to the state championship game. 2-1 home. Swung on, hit high in the air. Shallow right center. Binnick, the center fielder, in. And he makes the catch to retire Aldridge. And that's a second out here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-2 Somerset. Sends up Corey Smith. Third baseman, he's 0-2. A ground out to shortstop to lead off the second. And a foul pop to the catcher Enriquez in the 3rd inning. Smith bats from the right side. It alternates almost all the way through the lineup, righty-lefty for Somerset. Swing and a miss. Smith fanning at a high fastball. He's behind 0-1. That alternation for the Patriots really keeps pitchers off guard, makes late inning decisions much more difficult. 0-1, swung on, hit on the ground through the left side for a base hit. Zimmerman hanging a curveball there, and Smith attacking, sending it into left field. Strebe picks it up and throws it back in. That holds Smith to a single, and he stands on first base with the 5th hit of the game for the Patriots. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Somerset ahead 3-2. Sends up Jorge Cortez, the right fielder. Walked in the 2nd inning. Hit a foul pop to the 3rd baseman, Bryant Nelson, to end the 3rd. All 3 Somerset runs coming in the 3rd inning. Ducks with a solo home run by Adam Bailey in the 2nd. RBI triple for Craig Binnick last half inning in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch home. Check swing roller on 2 hops to 3rd. Nelson to a knee, stands up, throws to 1st. And Jorge Cortez retired to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for the Patriots. Middle of the 5th inning, that means this one's halfway over. 3-2 Somerset over Long Island here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Report now to the New York Life concourse table.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-2 Somerset over Long Island here at Bethpage Ballpark. And the Ducks have a lot of homestand left. They're here Sunday through Thursday. 1 more game against Somerset tomorrow, and then 4 against the Lancaster Barnstormers. First time the Barnstormers have made their way to New York this season. If you want tickets, 3 easy ways to get them. Stop by the Bethpage Ballpark box office, open at 10 o'clock every morning, and during the homestand, we'll be here all night. You can also head online to liducks.com or give a call, 631-940-TIXX. That's 631-940-8499. Bryant Nelson leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Ducks. Long Island down 3-2. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He's 0-2. The foul pop to the first baseman. The ground out back to the pitcher. First pitch, fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Nelson, a switch hitter, bats from the left side against the righty Eric Arneson. The wind and the 0-1. Swung on, lifted high in the air, slicing down the left field line. That one's out of play. Bounces off the middle concourse. Nelson quickly an 0-2 hole. Orange and black shoes for the Ducks' third baseman. He's good to go. The wind and the 0-2 home. Swing and a miss. The ball was in the dirt. Skelton picks it up to tag out Nelson, who was already on the way back to the dugout. He was not pleased that he swung at that breaking ball low. Fifth strikeout of the game for Arneson. And there's one away. Bottom of the fifth. 3-2 Somerset. Here's Hall singling through the left side in the first inning and hit a deep fly to center field that Joe Holden tracked down in the third. Righty-righty matchup here. And now time is called. Both parties, pitcher and batter, taking a second to reset. Kick and the pitch. Breaking ball misses low. Counts at 1-0. All playing 12 years in the major leagues. True utility man. Played the most at shortstop. 1-0. Swung on, hit weakly on the ground. Beyond third. Members of the grounds crew reaching over the rail, trying to pick that ball up. They'll be dragging the infield after this half inning, and that's why they're perched down there. No threat of inclement weather. Beautiful night at Bethpage Ballpark. 1-1 count to Bill Hall. 3-2 the Somerset lead. 1 out, bottom of the fifth. And the pitch, that's high and away to the Ducks' designated hitter. Counts at 2-1. Outfield straight away. Perhaps a step or two back, respecting the power of Hall. He did hit 125 home runs in his major league career. Infield at normal depth. 2-1 home. Swung on, skied towards the second baseman Tucker. He runs in onto the infield dirt, and he makes the catch. Didn't have to move too far at all to retire Hall for the second out of the bottom of the fifth. It sends up Ryan Strebe. Left fielder's 0 for 2, a fly out to center, and a ground out towards second base. Strebe's average dropping to .279 with his 0 for 2 performance to start this ball game. Gonna look to solve Eric Arneson here. Get a 2-out rally going for the Ducks. First pitch fastball. It's into the knees for strike one. Somerset scoring all 7 runs with 2 outs yesterday. 5 of the 7 on Thursday came with 2 outs. Strebe takes the 0-1, breaking ball in there for the strike. He's quickly behind 0-2. All 3 runs came with 1 out for Somerset today. 0-2 home to Strebe. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Alan Barnfield ringing up Ryan Strebe, and Eric Arneson has a 1-2-3 bottom of the fifth, featuring 2 strikeouts of Ducks batters. Through 5 full, it's 3-2 Somerset over Long Island here on the home of Ducks baseball, 1039 RCN.
Hey, buddy. There's no crime in baseball. Any questions before we get started? Any questions not about your...
You know what else is nice? Saving money on car insurance with Geico. Geico, see how much you can save.
As baseball fans, if you purchased a Long Island Ducks scorecard tonight, that yearbook, that commemorative yearbook, make sure you check out the Veggies Frozen Yogurt ad located on page 70. We'll give you a moment here to check out the yearbook, page 70, and see if your ad is signed by Long Island Ducks coach Buddy Harrelson. Now, page 70 is autographed by Buddy, and you're the lucky winner from Veggies Frozen Yogurt. Just stop by the Newsday Customer Service Center on the main concourse beyond the note plate to make sure to claim your prize, courtesy of Veggies Frozen Yogurt. Veggies is yogurt your way, you make it your way. So make sure you visit their location at Lindenhurst. It's in the Sunrise Plaza Shopping Center on Well, we're now to move just north of Sunrise Highway in the same shopping center where you'll find the Outback Steakhouse. Remember, that's Menchie's. Take the ticket stub from tonight's game to Menchie's, and you get 10% off your purchase. Remember, that's Menchie's, located in Lyndhurst. It's in the Sunrise Plaza Shopping Center on Broward Avenue, just north of Sunrise Highway, where you'll also find the Outback Steakhouse.
Top of the sixth inning, Somerset with a 3-2 lead over the Long Island Ducks. With Ryan Streby's home run on August 21st, the Long Island Ducks met the Chappies Home Run Challenge for 2013. The Ducks have now hit 102 home runs, and Chappies Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation, Chappies Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Angel Sanchez, James Skelton, Joe Holden, bottom third of the order for the Patriots here in the top of the sixth. The righty Bob Zimmerman still on the hill for Long Island. Sanchez, a righty, leads things off. He's out of the batter's box, and now he's back in, ready to go. Kicking the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike one to Sanchez. Sanchez over two ground outs, the first of which was a double play. 0-1 goes high. Count evens up. Sanchez playing in one game this season for the Chicago White Sox. His fourth year of Major League experience. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Zimmerman now ahead of Sanchez, 1-2. That one appearance came on April 9th. He went 0 for 2. 1-2 is high. Count evens up at 2-2 to Angel Sanchez, leading off the top of the sixth. 3-2 the lead for the Patriots. 2-2 home. Breaking ball just high. And a full count now to Sanchez. He played 43 games in AAA Charlotte in the White Sox organization. And now he's playing his 8th game with the Patriots after being released. Payoff pitch. Swung on, skied, shallow left. Strebe sprinting in. And he makes the catch. Ended up stumbling off to his left to reel it in. But he records the out, setting down Sanchez, leading off the sixth. Here's James Skelton, the catcher, has walked twice, scored in the third, the only run in which the Patriots have scored. They have a 3-2 lead. Skelton bats from the left side. And the first pitch home. Swung on, lifted, shallow center. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, back. And he takes a two-hand grab to set down Skelton. So one pitch and Skelton gone. And here's the 9-hitter, Joe Holden.
Center fielder number 3, Joe Holden, number 3.
Holden 0 for 2, a pop out to first, and a strikeout swinging. He's the longest tenured Somerset Patriot in his 4th season with the team. Now resides in Utah after being born on Long Island, Wantagh, and attending Malloy College in Rockville Center. First pitch home. Breaking ball misses in. Counts 1-0 to Holden. Not bad when your 9-hitter is hitting .308. One ball pitch. Fastball low. Now it's 2-0. But it just seems like everybody that the Patriots insert into the lineup can produce. Team batting average of .279. Second best in the league, just 2 points behind York. Zimmerman ready to go on the hill. The twist and the 2-ball pitch. Fastball just low. 3-0 count now to Holden. Somerset with probably the most balanced numbers. Second in the league in batting average, second in ERA. Fastball misses inside. That's ball 4. 6th walk of the day for Bob Zimmerman. Puts a man on first with 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning, 3-2 Somerset. And here's the top of the Patriots order, Johnny Tucker. Tucker grounded out to the first baseman. Ray Navarrete in the first inning. Walked and scored in the third. and singled on a ball hit right back at Zimmerman, which actually knocked the pitcher's glove off of his hand in the fourth. In from the right side, throw to first base. Holden dives back in safely. 13 stolen bases in 16 attempts for Joe Holden. From the stretch, another throw towards first. Holden dives back in safely. And the pitch runner goes in there for a strike. Throw to second base. The tag. And Holden is safe. All the Ducks infield thinking that Josh Barfield put the tag on in time, but Holden with his 14th stolen base of the season. A very nice throw from Enriquez just above the bag, a bit on the first base side, just where a fielder wants it. Barfield didn't really need to apply a tag. He just caught the ball and let Holden slide into him, but the foot hit the bag before the tag hit the man. And there's a stolen base. It's an 0-1 count to Tucker. 2 away. And the pitch. Breaking ball outside. Count to 1-1. 3-2 Somerset here in the top of the sixth. They're looking for some insurance. Their bullpen very tight. So the Ducks do not want to have to score more than 2 to take the lead. 1-1 on the outside corner. Now it's 1-2. The bullpen, referred to as the bullpen mafia in the Somerset game notes. They've given up only 10 runs in 62 innings here in August. It's a 1.45 ERA. Look at second, 1-2 home. Fastball high and away. Now it's a 2-2 count. Zimmerman sets the letters. 2-2 count. And the pitch. Check swing and a breaking ball. No swing ruled by the first base umpire. That's Marty Bauer, the crew chief. Considered by many to be the best umpire in the entire Atlantic League. Set by Zimmerman. And the payoff pitch on the way. Swung on, fouled off in the batter's box. Count remains 3-2. Holden getting the early start from second base with the full count. Zimmerman off to the first base side of the rubber. Tucker was out of the batter's box. Now everybody back in their proper place. Another 3-2. Fastball high for ball 4. Another walk for Bob Zimmerman at his 7th of the ball game. And there's men on first and second with 2 away. Top of the 6th inning. 3-2 Somerset.
Number 91, Aaron Eggleston.
Zimmerman is now throwing 110 pitches. Figure with 7 walks, there's 28 balls right there. But it's just a 3-2 ball game. Fastball outside corner, strike 1 in the lefty Aaron Eggleston. 7 walks, now a new season high for a Ducks pitcher in a ball game. Twice starters had walked 6. Now 1 to Eggleston. Swung on and missed. And now Zimmerman ahead 0-2. It's Joe Holden on second base. Johnny Tucker on first for the Patriots. Zimmerman looking to hold them, strand them on base. Send this one to the bottom of the 6th. 0-2. Swung on line through the right side for a base hit. Bailey comes up with it. Holden around third. The throw towards the plate is well offline. Enriquez to throw on a second base. Now a throw back home as Tucker comes in and he's tagged out. So a lot happening on that play. Eggleston with an RBI single. On the play, Holden scores. Tucker went from first to third when the catcher Ralph Enriquez threw down to second base as Eggleston was heading there on the throw. Tucker broke home and the throw came back home, and Tucker was tagged out. So just one run for the Patriots on no hits, 2 walks, and 1 left on in the top of the 6th. Heading on to the bottom half of the frame now, 4-2 Somerset over Long Island here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN. Bottom of the 6th inning. Long Island trailing Somerset 4-2 at Bethpage Ballpark. Somerset scoring a run in the top half of the inning on what ends up being recorded as an RBI single for Aaron Eggleston, but it had a runner thrown out at the plate. Johnny Tucker eliminated 9-2, 6-2 to keep the margin at 2 for the Ducks. Adam Bailey, Ralph Enriquez, Craig Binnick here in the bottom of the 6th for Long Island. Bailey leading off the inning for the 3rd time today. He had a solo home run leading off the 2nd. And then a strikeout swinging, I should say, in the 4th. Eric Arneson, righty, still on the hill. First pitch to the lefty Bailey. Swing and a miss. Fastball low. Looked like Bailey was aiming to send that one out of Bethpage Ballpark, but he came up empty. Counts at 0-1. Kick and the 1-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball in the outside corner. Just like that, Bailey in an 0-2 hole. He was 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk. Home run earlier today. But now he's behind 0-2. And the pitch home. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt. Skelton steps up to tag out Bailey, who made a turn towards first, but now he just walks back to the dugout with his head down. 7th strikeout of the game for Eric Arneson, and there's now 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 4-2 Somerset. Here's Ralph Enriquez. He's reached base twice today. On a dropped 3rd strike in the 2nd and a single in the 4th inning to extend his hitting streak to 15 games. 1 shy of the season high for the Ducks so far. Fastball high and away. It's ball 1. Switch hitter Enriquez bats from the left side. Switch hitting catcher. Very valuable tool. Here's the 1-0. It's on the outside corner to even the count. One of the more recent switch-hitting catchers, Jason Varitek of the Red Sox. Important piece of their 2 World Series teams. Kick in the 1-1 home. Swung on, hit on the ground. Left side, Corey Smith cuts in front of the shortstop, and the 3rd baseman spins throwing to first to retire Enriquez. Smith, the 3rd baseman, ends up on the right field side of second base with his momentum carrying him there after the throw. And there's 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Somerset ahead 4-2. Here's Craig Binnick. 2 for 2 ball game for the center fielder. Single in the 2nd. RBI triple in the 4th. In from the right side. Arneson twists and deals. Swinging a fly ball hit towards right center field. Right fielder Cortez over into the gap. and he brings it in for the third out of the inning. 7 straight sent down by Eric Arneson as the Ducks go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Arneson just 88 pitches through the first 6 innings. On to the 7th. Somerset with a 4-2 lead over the Ducks.
Now pitching for your Long Island Ducks, number 2, Daniel Herrera, number 2.
Top of the 7th inning, 4-2 Somerset, and the night is done for Bob Zimmerman. Here's Danny Herrera into the ball game. The small lefty, Herrera, will face Yuneski Sanchez, Corey Aldridge, and Corey Smith. Here in the top of the 7th, looking to keep the deficit at 2 for the Ducks. From the set, first pitch towards Sanchez. Breaking ball on the inside corner to the righty. That's strike 1. Sanchez with a double in the first, RBI single in the third, and a line out to shortstop in the 5th. Swinging a one hopper to shortstop. Lyons fields double pumps and throws on to first to retire Sanchez. First out, top of the 7th. Herrera pitching for the first time since Wednesday on the season. The former major leaguer, 2-1 record, 6.57 ERA. This is now his 15th appearance, all of them in relief. In 12 1/3 innings, he's given up 23 hits, 9 runs, all earned, 9 strikeouts versus 5 walks. Now the lefty will face a lefty. Corey Aldridge stepping up. The DH 1 for 3 with a 2-run double in the third. First pitch fastball outside for ball 1. Final line for Ducks starter Bob Zimmerman. 6 innings, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 7 walks, which ties a franchise record for most walks in a game by a pitcher, and 1 strikeout. Check swing at the 1-0. Aldridge held up. The pitch missed low and away. And the count's now 2-0. Zimmerman threw 113 pitches in the start, 59 of them for strikes. 2-ball delivery home Aldridge takes it on the outside corner for a strike, and now it's at 2-1. 4-2 Somerset over Long Island, top of the 7th inning. From the stretch, set at the belt, and the 2-1 home. Swung on, hit on the ground towards first. 2 hops for Navarrete. He fields, underhand flip to Herrera, the pitcher covering, and that's an easy second out here in the top of the 7th. Hey, Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. Corey Smith in from the right side. Takes fastball inside for ball 1. Smith 1 for 3. Ground out to shortstop in the 2nd. Foul pop to the catcher in the 3rd. And a single through the left side in the 5th. Fastball misses outside. Now it's 2-0. Set below the belt. Kick 2-0 home. Swung on line in a right center field. Bailey sprinting over from right. And he hauls it in the gap to retire the side. Danny Herrera with a 1-2-3. Top of the 7th inning. Middle of the 7th. Time to get up and stretch. 4-2 Somerset over Long Island here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Coming up at the end of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 4-2 Somerset over Long Island. And once again, the Ducks take a Duck to Class essay contest is back here in 2013. So if you would like a member of the Ducks and Quackerjack to come visit your school, all you need to do is stop by your local TD Bank and pick up an entry form, and in 250 words or less, have a child write why my community is important to me and return the essay to the Ducks. 4 lucky winners will have a Ducks player and Quackjack visit them at their school for an hour and receive a Visa gift card courtesy of TD Bank. And what will you do in that hour with Quackerjack and a Ducks player? Well, that's up to the winners. For more information, give a call to 631-940-3825. 9-1-2 for the Ducks, trailing 4-2. In the bottom of the 7th, Dan Lyons, Josh Barfield, Ray Navarrete for Long Island. Righty Eric Arneson still on the hill for Somerset. First pitch of the righty Lions. Breaking ball low and away. That's ball 1. Lions over 2 in this one, a strikeout. And a fielder's choice. He reached in the 4th inning on that fielder's choice. 1-ball pitch home. Breaking ball on the outside corner. That evens the count at 1-1. Lions reached when Craig Binnick tried to score from third on a ground ball to second base and was thrown out at the plate. 1-1. Fastball in. Now it's a 2-1 count to Dan Lyons, hero of last year's Atlantic League Championship Series, laying down the walk-off squeeze bunt. Set. Kick and the pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground towards short. Backhand drop for Angel Sanchez, and Lyons is safe at first. That scored a hit for Lions. That ball hit deep in the hole. A long way to go for Sanchez. And Lions has the 8th hit of the ball game for the Ducks. And the leadoff man is on in the bottom of the 7th. Long Island down 4-2. With the lineup twisting over to the top in Josh Barfield. Barfield 2 for 3. Single to center in the first. Fly out to left in the second. Single to center in the fourth. Average up to 317. Barfield missing time for a host of injuries. Twice it was the hamstring setting him down. He broke a toe and was hit by a pitch. Messed up his pinky. Swings the first pitch, grounds it foul down the third base line. The righty pulling it past his third base coach and manager Kevin Baez. Count to 0-1. When Barfield's healthy, gives the Ducks a very good bat right at the top of the lineup. Very potent part of the offense. Without him, the offense really struggled. He had a gaping hole up there. Eric Arneson, the pitcher, tying his right shoe on the mound. Now he's back ready to go. He'll be in the set with Dan Lyons leading off first base. 4-2 Somerset, nobody out, bottom of the 7th here for Long Island. One strike delivery. Swung on and missed. Big slider. And just like that, Barfield's in an 0-2 hole. Barfield takes a step out of the batter's box. Restraps the batting gloves, which are all black. Digs the orange and black cleats into the batter's box. Slightly closed stance. Throw to first base. Lyons scampers back to the bag. 3 of 6 in stolen base attempts for Dan Lyons this season. It's not really a time where you would expect him to go. Quackerjack, the Ducks mascot, standing on the first base dugout. Swinging a foul ball off over Quackerjack and the dugout on the first base side. On the concourse, just in front of the first base concession stand. That one named Foul Line Fair. Foul spelled F-O-W-L. And fair spelled F-A-R-E. Still 0-2 to Barfield. Ray Navarrete on deck. Set and the 0-2. Swung on, lifted down the right field line. Long run for Cortez from right, but this one ends up in the first row of seats down the right field line. Count stays at 0-2. 4-2 Patriots. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Dan Lyons on first base for the Ducks. Josh Barfield at an 0-2 count. Out of the batter's box, stretching his back, holding the bat with his elbows behind his back and twisting, loosening up that lower lumbar. Arneson ready. Kick the 0-2. Swung on, fought off again on the right side. Barfield protecting very well with 2 strikes. Arneson bends to the waist to read the sign. Now time is called. As Barfield stepped out. Arneson, 29 years old, began his pro career in the Nationals organization. Lyons leads off first. Another 0-2. Swung on, hit high in the air to left. Eggleston jogging back, settling just shy of the track, and he makes the catch. Lyons back to first as Barfield flies out to left for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's 4-2 Somerset. Here's Ray Navarrete. Navarrete 0 for 3 in this one. Pop out to shortstop, fly out to left, and a strikeout swinging. Righty-righty here. Arneson ready to go. This will be pitch number 99. And it's a breaking ball through the legs of the catcher, Skelton. And Lyons is up to second base. That very close on the line between wild pitch and pass ball. Wait for the official score on that one. It went through the legs of the catcher, but it was a low breaking ball, and it's a wild pitch that allows Lions to move to second base. 1-0 count now to Navarrete. Second baseman Tucker sneaking in behind Lions, leading off second base. Big gap on the right side for Navarrete. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Slider low and away. Navarrete chased. Had an off-balance swing. Now the count's at 1-1. Arneson's been going to that slider more and more as this game's gone on. Look at second where Lions leads. 1-1 home. Swung on, fouled off, out of play. On the right side, fans craning their necks, watching that hit in the penultimate row of the second deck on the right side. Looks like section 210 is where the ball ultimately ended up, in the hands of a young man in a blue sweatshirt. Navarrete behind 1-2. The kick and the pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back to the backstop. Count stays 1-2. It's 4-2. Somerset on top of Long Island. One away in the bottom of the seventh inning. Ducks with a runner on second base, Stan Lyons. They look to chip away at this 4-2 lead. Eric Arneson has been very good today. See how he has the third lowest ERA in the league. Has not walked anybody. That's no surprise. He's walked just 12 in 122 innings coming into the game. 1-2, the kick home. Swing and a miss. Ball bounces off the catcher Skelton, who picks it up and tags Navarrete out. Now 8 strikeouts for Arneson. And there's 2 away. It'll be up to Bryant Nelson to bring in a man in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th. 8 strikeouts, a new season high for Eric Arneson. His previous high was 7 against Sugarland on July 17th. Certainly not a strikeout pitcher, but he's gotten a few tonight. Switch hitter Nelson batting from the left side. And the first pitch. Low and in off the catcher. Lyons breaks for third. The throw down to third. The dive. Lyons is in safely. Has there been a sign? Well, he was not ruled out. Didn't see a signal from Andrew Steinberg, the third base umpire, but there's no complaints anywhere, and Dan Lyons is dusting himself off standing on the third base bag. So he is safe. Another wild pitch, and the Ducks have a run just 90 feet away. They trail 4-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Just 7 outs left for the Ducks, and they need 2 runs. Bryant Nelson adjusting an item in his back left pocket as the catcher James Skelton heads out to talk to his pitcher Eric Arneson. Brett Jody leaning on the rail, the manager for the Patriots, contemplating his options in this one. Nelson up from the left side, switch hitter against the righty Arneson, 1-0. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Sanchez slides into his own man, Johnny Tucker, and Dan Lyons scores from third. And now it's a 1-run ball game. Bit of an odd play. Chopper up the middle. Some miscommunication between the middle infielders, and the Ducks put a run on the board. Infield single results in an RBI for Bryant Nelson. And now it's 4-3 Somerset. Here's Bill Hall with Bryant Nelson on first base and 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Hall 1 for 3 in this one. Singled through the left side in the first inning. In from the right side. And the first pitch. Swung on. Sliced foul out of play right side. And a black top snatches it away for a souvenir. And the count's 0-1 to Hall. Arneson knocking the dirt out of his shoes on the grate behind the mound. He's now thrown 106 pitches. Bending at the waist to read the sign from his catcher. They agree. Set in the 0-1. Swing and miss. Home run swing for Bill Hall. But no positive result. And it's quickly 0-2. Hall takes a second to restrap the batting gloves. Adjust the helmet. Adjust the helmet again. There's some pine tar on there, so he's finding some grip. And he's back in wide stance from the right side. Down 0-2. Nelson off first for the Ducks. Kicking the pitch. Swung on, fouled off right side. Hall stays alive. 4-3. Somerset on top of Long Island. A run in here for the Ducks in the bottom of the 7th inning. Long Island loses the 4 straight. Somerset, 5 straight in the win column. So the Ducks looking to flip both of those. Long Island in a playoff race. They could use every win they could get. Oh, 2. Swung on, hit on the ground. Diving stop made by Sanchez at short. Throw to second. Not in time. Brian Nelson speeding off with 2 outs. Slid into second base as Sanchez had a long way to range into the gap. Slid to stop it. But Bill Hall is on with an infield single. And there's 2 on with 2 outs for the Ducks. And Ryan Strebe stepping up. With a slow walk out of the dugout. Here comes Brett Jody. See if this is it for Arneson. It was pitched very well tonight. He's gotten 2 ground balls here that have been infield singles. Bringing a run in, making it now 4-3 Somerset. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And Jody, he's sticking with Arneson. He knows he's one of his best pitchers. So he has absolute faith in Eric Arneson that he can retire Ryan Strebe here. Strebe 0 for 3 in the ball game. A fly out to center, ground out to second baseman, and a strikeout looking. He's an equal opportunity on the way he's recorded outs so far. He'll look to not record an out this time. Preferably bring in Bryant Nelson from second. Maybe Bill Hall from first. And perhaps on a home run, Strebe himself. Ducks down 4-3. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Righty to righty, first pitch. Breaking ball, low and away. That's ball 1. Strebe missed 12 weeks with a wrist injury. He's back in the Ducks lineup. He's mostly playing left field now after Joash Brodeen was signed. 1-0 home. That's ball low and away. And now it's 2-0. Arneson has plenty of stamina as he's now thrown over 110 pitches. He has a complete game on his card. 2 8-inning games after that complete game on July 23rd. 2-0 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut at the slider. Now it's 2-1. Arneson had not given up 3 runs in a start since July 17th down in Sugar Land. But he's given up 3 tonight. Ducks hoping to make it 4 or 5 or 6 right here in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 4-3. 2-1. Swung on, hit high in the air, right center field. Long run for Holden into the gap. Onto the track. He reaches up, and he cannot make the play. Nelson comes in to score. Here's Hall around third. No throw. Ducks take the lead. Ryan Strebe with a 2-run double, and Long Island's on top 5-4. That ball sent Holden from center all the way back to the wall. He jumped up and could not make the grab. Reminiscent to Craig Binnick's triple in the 4th, but this time it drives in 2 runs and puts the Ducks on top. Brett Jody out of the dugout again, so this is going to mean the end of the spell for Eric Arneson. His entire infield jogging in. They want to give Arneson some thanks as he has to walk back to the dugout, and just like that, he's in line for the loss. New pitcher, and we'll take a break. 3 runs in already in the bottom of the 7th for the Ducks. They've taken a 5-4 lead here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN. Jason Lowy into the ball game for the Somerset Patriots. Long Island with a 5-4 lead. 3 runs in here in the bottom of the 7th inning, keyed by a Ryan Strebe 2-run double. And the Ducks have retaken the lead. Lowy on the season, 1.88 ERA, a 6-3 record. And in 45 games, he's thrown 43 innings, giving up 27 hits, 13 runs, 9 of them earned, with 50 strikeouts versus 22 walks. The righty, Lowy, coming in to face the lefty, Adam Bailey. Here with 2 outs and Ryan Strebe on second base, representing what is now an insurance run for the Ducks with the 5-4 lead. Certainly a little more energy in the ballpark, with Strebe putting the Ducks on top. Bailey 1 for 3, solo home run in the second inning, I should say, first run of the ball game. Then 2 strikeouts. Righty to lefty, first pitch home. Fastball into the knees, that's strike 1. Inning started with a Dan Lyons single. Josh Barfield flied out. Ray Navarrete then struck out. Lyons made it to third base on 2 wild pitches and scored on Bryant Nelson's infield single. 1 strike pitch swung on, fisted through the left side. That's down for a base hit. Strebe speeding around third. The throw in from Eggleston's just to the infield. An RBI single for Adam Bailey, and the Ducks lead 6-4. Second run batted into the ball game for Adam Bailey, and the Ducks have a 2-run lead. That was in off the hands, but over the head of the shortstop Sanchez and down for a hit. Strebe off with contact, scored easily from second base. The Ducks are up 6-4, and they hope Ralph Enriquez, the 8th man to bat in this inning, can keep things going. Enriquez 1 for 3 to extend his hitting streak out to 15 games. Second longest on the team this season. First pitch, lefty swings and grounds it foul of first base. Buddy Harrelson, first base coach, makes the play for the Ducks and finds a lucky young fan to have a souvenir. He holds it high above his head, showing off. Lowy takes a deep breath. Looks over at first. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut at a high fastball for Ralph Enriquez. But he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Can now close the book on Arneson and say all 6 runs are charged to him. All 6 are earned as well. Not helped out by his own 2 wild pitches here in the inning. 0-2 home. Fastball outside. 1-2 count now to Ralph Enriquez. 6-4 Ducks over Somerset. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 4 runs in this frame for Long Island. 5 hits as well. Ducks now with 12 hits, doubling up Somerset's 6. Bailey leads off first, 1-2. Poked foul out of play, hitting off the top of a beer stand down by the picnic area. Count remains 1-2 as Enriquez fought that one off the other day. Time called at home plate. Looked like that might have been the catcher, James Skelton, asking for the reprieve. Enriquez good to go now in the box. Bailey leads off first. High set, and the 1-2. Swung on, hit weakly on the ground in front of the plate. Catcher Skelton out to field it, and he throws down to first to retire Enriquez. And the Ducks in the 7th, but hearty applause as the Ducks score 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 8 Ducks come to the plate, and 4 score to put the Ducks on top. 6-4, heading on to the 8th, here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
I needed to hear that there was hope, so I can.
Top of the 8th inning, Ducks with a 6-4 lead. Night over for Danny Herrera. He throws a 1-2-3 7th inning, and he leaves in line for the win. Now it's right-hander Ian Snell for the Ducks. Snell, 4.66 ERA, 2-2 record, 47 appearances, all out of the bullpen this season. 48 and a third innings for Ian, giving up 46 hits, 28 runs, 25 of them earned, 52 strikeouts versus just 11 walks for the former major leaguer Ian Snell. It's cooling off here at Bethpage Ballpark, and when that happens, warm up with a hot cup of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet coffee available right here at the concession stands at Bethpage Ballpark. Regular and decaffeinated Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or head out to their cafes in the Hamptons. 6, 7, 8, Jorge Cortez, Angel Sanchez, James Skelton for the Patriots against Ian Snell here in the 8th. 6-4 Ducks, a 4-run bottom of the 7th to take the lead. Righty to lefty to lead this off. Cortez ready in the pitch. Fastball high and away. That's ball 1. Cortez 0 for 2. Walked in the 2nd inning. Popped out to the third baseman in the 3rd. Grounded out to 3rd in the 5th. 1-0. Drops in for a strike at the knees. Count evens up at 1-1. Set at the belt for Snell. Kicking the 1-1. Fastball just misses outside. Now the count's at 2-1. And the pitch. Swung on, lifted into left. Strebe going back, still going back. He reaches up, it's over his head, and all the way to the wall. Cortez jogging into second base with a double. Strebe not taking the most efficient route to reach that baseball. Strebe spending much more time at first base in his career to date than in left field, and did not have the best beat on that one. And ends up a double for Cortez, leading off the top of the 8th. Ducks up 6-4. Here's Angel Sanchez, the shortstop, 0 for 3. Ducks infield comes into the corners, thinking bunt is a possibility. Then the pitch. Fastball low and away for ball 1. No indication of bunt from Sanchez. Ground out. They turn into a double play in the second inning, a ground out in the 4th, and a fly out in the 6th. Here's the 1-0 home. Fastball outside to the righty. Now Snell behind 2-0. Makes it so much more difficult for the pitcher when he starts out behind in the count. 2-0. Fastball high. Now it's 3-0. Bob Zimmerman, the Ducks starter, walked 7, tying a franchise record in his outing. Looks like it will end up a no decision for Zimmerman. And the 3-0. That fastball is high and in. Stevens taking the walk, and now the tying run is on base, and here comes Kevin Baez on a jog out of the dugout. Entire infield going to talk this one over with Snell. Snell tapping his chest as if to say, I might have lost this one a little bit. I let the fielding miscue by Ryan Strebe get to my head. But now that mound meeting is over. I think everyone just took a deep breath. And everyone's going back to their positions. Here's James Skelton, the catcher. 0 for 1. He has 2 walks. Also popped out to the shortstop. That came in the 6th inning. Infield well in at the corners, thinking bunt again. Lions towards second base. Barfield knows he might have to cover first. Set. And the pitch, the square. The bunt is missed. It's a strike on the outside corner. Somerset, 35 sacrifices on the season. 3rd most in the Atlantic League. Skelton has laid down 7 bunts. Pretty good number for a catcher. 2nd most on the team, trailing just Johnny Tucker in that category. He's in from the left side. 0-1 count. The kick, the pitch. There's a bunt in the air behind home plate. Bounces 1 hop to the backstop. No chance for the catcher, Enriquez. Now it's 0-2 to Skelton. 6-4 Ducks. Nobody out. Men on first and second for the Patriots here in the top of the 8th. Ian Snell looking to work out of a jam. Navarrete well in at first. They're still thinking bunt with 2 strikes to Skelton. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. Snell blew it by Skelton and picked up a big strikeout. First one of the day for Snell. Just the 2nd for Ducks pitching. And that's the first out here in the top of the 8th. It allows everyone to relax. Here's the 9-hitter Joe Holden. 0 for 2 with a walk. Stole a base, came in to score in the 6th inning. That looked like an insurance run, but the Ducks scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th, and they now hold a 6-4 lead. Holden in from the left side. Snell ready and delivers. 2-seam fastball, tails over the outside corner. Such great movement on that pitch. And the count goes to 0-1. Snell goes exclusively from the stretch. Sets at the belt, fires. Swung on, fisted into the netting. Count quickly at 0-2. Holden popped out to the first baseman Navarrete in the 3rd. Struck out swinging in the 4th before his walk in the 6th when he came in to score. Runners off first and second. Cortez off second, Sanchez off first. And the pitch. Fastball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Ian Snell painting the black, living on that outer edge. And that's a second out here in the inning that looked pretty grim. First 2 men reached, but 2 straight strikeouts for Snell. And here's the top of the order with 2 down. Johnny Tucker, a dangerous man. 1 for 2 with 2 walks today. Reaching base 3 times, scoring a run. He was thrown out at the plate in the 6th. That could have been another insurance run. Fastball misses low. 1-0 count now to Tucker. And the pitch from Snell. Fastball on the outside corner. And that evens the count. Snell, born and raised in Delaware, went to Caesar Rodney High School. Now makes his home in Florida, Lakewood Ranch, to be specific. 1-1. Fastball low. It's a 2-1 count. Snell drafted in the 26th round by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Came in the year 2000. 2-1. Swung on, lined into left. That's down for a base hit. Here comes Cortez around third. He's in to score. Strebe picks it up, throws it in. The runner rounding third. Now he's sent back, held up at the last second. Angel Sanchez. An RBI double for Johnny Tucker, but the Ducks still lead at 6-5. And now Sanchez in some pain. Trainer quickly out. Looks like Sanchez might have hurt himself throwing on the brakes after rounding third. A double for Tucker brings in 1 run. Sanchez now back on his feet. Appears to be shaking out his left leg under the care of the trainer, Katie Reynolds. Cortez scored from second. Sanchez sprinted around from first to third and was held up there. That's going to give Ian Snell some time to think about things here. With a tying run just 90 feet away, go-ahead run at second base. And Aaron Eggleston stepping up. He's done some damage today. An RBI single in the 6th. Walked and scored in the 3rd. Sanchez running up the third base line towards the pole, seeing if he's good to go. And he just shook his head no, took off his batting helmet. So that's going to be it for Sanchez. Pinch runner for him. That's Bobby Stevens. So Stevens into the ball game. 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. It's 6-5 Long Island. And a big spot here for Ian Snell. Aaron Eggleston up from the left side. Runners on second and third, representing the tying and go-ahead run. No forces on the infield, so makes it a bit tougher for Snell. Of course, with 2 outs, they can just go to first and be done with the whole thing.
Number 91.
Eggleston ready to go from the left side. Righty Snell at the stretch, the pitch. Fastball just misses inside. It's 1-0. 6-5 Ducks, top of the 8th. A 4-run, bottom of the 7th to put Long Island on top. Somerset with a run here in the top of the 8th to cut back into it. Fastball in there for a strike on the inside corner. And the count evens up at 1-1 to Eggleston. Snell with 2 strikeouts in the inning. Strikeout of the side would be terrific for the Ducks right-hander. 1-1. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Ended up in the dirt. Ralph Enriquez, the catcher, blocked it in front of home plate. Went about 10 feet in front of him, but did not allow any advance. So the count now at 1-2 to Eggleston. 2 down, top of the 8th. Runners on second and third for the Patriots, who trail by a run. On play umpire Alan Barnfield. Sticks up 1-2, flashing the count. Snell to the set of the belt. The pitch home. Swing and a foul. Eggleston just caught a piece of it. After he caught a piece of it, it caught a piece of Ralph Enriquez. Count remains at 1-2. Might have hit Enriquez's throwing arm. As home plate umpire Alan Barnfield steps in front of the plate, throws a new baseball to Ian Snell, bends over to wipe off the plate, asks for some new baseballs from the bat boy as well to give Enriquez a bit of time. Crowd being asked to make some noise. And as you hear, they are responding positively to the command. Still 1-2 to Eggleston. The kick and the pitch. Swung on line, one hop to Nelson at third. The throw to first, offline, down the first base line. Stevens scores. Here comes Tucker from second base, and the Patriots take a 7-6 lead. Bryant Nelson, his 27th error of the season, errors in back-to-back ball games. And Somerset back on top. Ian Snell, victim of some defensive misplays here in the top of the eighth. The one to Nelson, the only one marked down as an error. And Somerset with a 7-6 lead, and Eggleston ended up all the way at second base. Yuneski Sanchez up from the right side. He's 1 for 3. Takes the fastball low and away for ball one. Sanchez 2 for 4 in the ball game. A double and a run batted in. Now 7-6 Somerset. 2 outs, top of the eighth. And the pitch home. Fastball right down the middle. That evens the count at 1-1. Somerset has had a flair for the dramatic many times this season. 30 come from behind wins. 14 wins in their last at-bat. 1-1 swung on and missed. And actually, Eggleston caught a piece, so the ball is dead as it rolls in front of home plate. Counts now at 1-2. Snell knocking dirt out of his left cleat behind the mound. Steps all the way off the hill. Climbs back up the slope. And he's ready to go. It's a 1-2 count to Sanchez. And the pitch. Fastball low and away. Counts at 2-2 now to Yuneski Sanchez. Very dangerous hitter. When you hit 347, odds are you will earn that label. Deep breath, 2-2. Swung on, popped up, fouled, and out of play, first base side. Fans watching as it hits on the roof of Bethpage Ballpark and does not roll back. Count still 2-2 to Sanchez. And wait, the ball did just roll back. Young fan picks it up about 5 rows back in the upper section of seats. Still 2-2. 7-6, Somerset now on top with Yuneski Sanchez at the plate. Snell reads the sign from his catcher Enriquez. Set at the belt, and the throw home. That was low. Sanchez held up on his swing. So the counts run full. Aaron Eggleston on second base, reaching on the error by Bryant Nelson. Snell still working on removing some excess mud from the bottom of his shoes. Full count now to Yuneski Sanchez. Eggleston can get an early start from second. Payoff pitch. Swung on, popped up, shallow right, long run in for Bailey, but he settles underneath to make the catch and end the inning. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. Towards the bottom of the 8th, now 7-6 Somerset over Long Island here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
Stole his 100th career base, becoming the first Met.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Somerset now with a 7-6 lead. They scored 3 runs in the top of the 8th. Just one of them earned runs to take the lead. This has been a back-and-forth affair. Adam Bailey had a solo home run in the 2nd inning to put the Ducks on top. Then Somerset had 3 in the top of the 3rd. The Ducks scratched 1 across in the bottom of the 4th to make it 3-2. Somerset added an insurance run top of the 6th to make it 4-2. The Ducks with 4 in the bottom of the 7th take a 6-4 lead, and now Somerset 3 in the top of the 8th. Back up 7-6 over Long Island. Take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. Interest there for both parties. Sugar Land with a 10-6 lead over Camden. That game in the top of the 6th. Final in Southern Maryland. The Blue Crabs with a 4-2 win over the Bluefish. Both of those scores good news for the Ducks. And York with a 5-3 lead over Lancaster. That game in the top of the 8th inning. So that's what Somerset wants to see. New pitcher in for Somerset. It's Jim Hoey, 6'6", 205 pounds, out of Trenton, New Jersey. Most recently he played with the Milwaukee Brewers AAA club, the Nashville Sounds. Hoey on the season, 1.30 ERA, 1-2 record, 37 games, 34 and 2/3 innings, giving up 27 hits, 5 runs all earned with 30 strikeouts and 7 walks. Here's Craig Binnick, the only man who did not score in the 4-run 7th inning. The only man who did not bat, I should say, in that 4-run 7th inning. 7-6 Somerset. Bottom of the 8th inning. Binnick, Dan Lyons, Josh Barfield, 8-9-1. Righty to righty. The wind and the first pitch home. Fastball on the outside corner. That's strike 1. Hoey with a slow delivery. Takes him a long time to unwind that entire 6-6 frame. 0-1. Fastball low. Count evens up. Hoey is very lanky. Gets confusing with Jim Hoey and Jason Lowy, 2 pitchers in this ball game for Somerset. That one hits the outside corner on the righty Binnick. Count now 1-2. But Hoey, very tall, lanky. Takes him a long time to unwind everything. Fastball outside corner, called strike 3. Craig Binnick set down on strikes by Jim Hoey. And that's the first out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Ducks trailing 7-6 to Somerset. Here's right-handed hitting Dan Lyons. Shortstop's 1 for 3 with a run scored. And the pitch. Fastball high, that's ball 1. A waning gibbous moon down the right field line for all of the astronomers out there listening to Ducks baseball. 1-0 pitch. Fastball high. Now it's 2-0. Hoey, from the full windup, delivers the 2-ball pitch. Lyons takes for a strike on the outside corner. And now the count's at 2-1. Lyons singled to lead off the 7th inning. Moved to third on back-to-back wild pitches. And then scored. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Count to 2-2. Lyons scoring the first of the 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th for the Ducks. They had a 6-4 lead until Somerset scored 3 here in the top of the 8th. Now it's bottom of the 8th with 1 down. 2-2 pitch on the way to Lyons. Fastball low. And the counts are on full. Top of the order, Josh Barfield on deck. Payoff pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory, first base side. Catcher Skelton over along with Sanchez, the first baseman. And it's Sanchez who makes the catch. He was running towards the dugout, got onto the warning track, and then reached back towards the grass. So take that foul pop from Lions and record the second out here in the 8th. It is the top of the order, Josh Barfield, 2 for 4 in the ball game. 2 singles to center field along with 2 flyouts to left. Right-handed hitting second baseman. Hoey ready to go on the mound. Barfield just now settling in the batter's box. Shake off of the first sign, now in agreement. And the pitch home. Swung on, fouled in the netting behind home plate. Bounces off the netting. Ray Navarrete bends at the waist to avoid being hit. Count 0-1 to Barfield. Kevin Baez touches the brim of his helmet down at third base. And the 0-1. Swung on, grounded weakly down the first base line. Barfield and the catcher collide. The pitcher, Hoey, picks it up and underhand flips it to first. And Kevin Baez is going to take a detour towards Alan Barfield to inquire about an interference call here, but Alan Barfield seems very confident in his motion in explaining this call to Kevin Baez. Jim Hoey with a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th, to set down the Ducks. And this one's on to the 9th. Somerset up 7-6 against Long Island. Now, Kevin Baez still getting into it, and Josh Barfield's coming back down the line. I think they're going to keep protesting this one, but it'll likely be to no avail. Leo Rosales coming out of the bullpen, and he'll pitch the top of the 9th. That's coming up next here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN. Top of the 9th inning, 7-6 Somerset. Kevin Baez still talking to home plate umpire Alan Barnfield, and Marty Bauer, the crew chief, has now joined the conversation. They were discussing the play that ended the bottom of the 8th, where Josh Barfield and James Skelton, the Ducks batter and the Patriots catcher, collided. Interference was not called on either party, and Barfield was retired, and Baez has finally made his way back to the dugout. And Leo Rosales is into the ball game, taking his final tune-up tosses as he's entered the ball game. Rosales making his 3rd appearance off the inactive list on the season. Rosales, 2-2 record, 1.82 ERA in 30 games. He has 15 saves. Will not have one tonight. 29 and 2/3 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts versus 13 walks. He's given up 30 hits, 9 runs, 6 of them earned. Here's Corey Aldridge. He'll be followed by Corey Smith and Jorge Cortez in the top of the 9th. Somerset looking for an insurance to their 7-6 lead. Aldridge 1 for 4, 2-run double coming in the 3rd inning. Put Somerset on top for the first time. It's been back and forth tonight. Rosales, a righty, towards the lefty Aldridge. Set at the chest and the pitch home. Fastball high and away for ball 1. Rosales missed some 5 weeks with a calf injury. It was the second time this year that it had bothered him. 1-0. Fastball high. Now a 2-0 count, so they took a little extra time with Rosales to make sure they got the injury correct. Also with the team on the road in Texas. 2-0. Swung on foul back to the netting. Count now 2-1. When the Ducks took that long trip down to Texas, they said just leave Rosales at home, and when we get back, he'll be good to go. And that's exactly how it turned out for the Ducks. So Rosales back in there. Has 2 no decisions off the disabled list, off the inactive list, I should say. Ducks haven't had many save opportunities recently. 2-1. Fastball high. Now it's a 3-1 count. The Ducks have dropped 4 straight games in 11 of their last 15. Includes 6 losses down in Sugar Land against the Skeeters. 3-1 count, the pitch to Aldridge. Lefty takes it inside for ball 4. 8th walk of the night for Ducks pitching. 7-6 Somerset, top of the 9th, and they have a man on first base, Corey Aldridge, after that leadoff walk. Here's Corey Smith, third baseman.
Third base over 15.
1 for 4 with a single in the 5th inning. Only time he has reached base today. Steps in from the right side. Righty Rosales goes from the stretch. And the pitch home. That fastball is high. Count to 1-0. Another fastball, this one high again from Rosales. Now a 2-0 count to Corey Smith. So Rosales with some trouble locating his pitches here out of the bullpen in the top of the 9th. Somerset with a 7-6 lead. Man on first, nobody out. 2-0 pitch home. Swung on, fouled off behind the plate. And now it's a 2-1 count to Corey Smith. Alan Barnfield, home plate umpire, looked like he might have been pulling some dirt out of his eye. Everyone's good to go at home. Navarrete holds the runner Aldridge on first base. Rosales bending at the waist. Sets at the chest. 2-1. Swung on, fouled back to the backstop. Looked like the curveball from Rosales. And the count's gone to 2-2. In the bottom of the 9th, the Ducks will have 2, 3, 4. Ray Navarrete, Bryant Nelson, Bill Hall. Certainly a solid committee to try a comeback. Ducks hoping it's just 1 run. Currently 7-6. Nobody out. Top of the 9th. Kicking 2-2. Check swing, but Smith could not hold up. The ball bounced away from Enriquez. There's nowhere for Smith to go. And now he's standing at home plate, chatting with Alan Barnfield, the home plate umpire. Brett Jody, the manager, coming out to protect Smith. He'll have a quiet word with Barnfield. Jody just wanted to get in between Smith and the home plate umpire to prevent his third baseman from being shown the gate. So a strikeout for Leo Rosales. It goes down as swinging. 4th strikeout of the day for Ducks pitching overall. And here's Jorge Cortez. Double leading off the 8th inning. Came in to score in that 3-run inning for Somerset. So they took a 7-6 lead, which they currently hold. Cortez bats from the left side. First pitch from the righty Rosales. Fastball in the outside corner. That's strike 1. Corey Aldridge leads off first base, representing an insurance run for the Patriots. Nelson even with the bag down at third. 1 strike pitch. Swung on and fouled off the catcher Enriquez. He is in a lot of pain. That one might have hit just above the knee on the left leg, it looks like. He's walking around behind home plate. Home plate umpire Alan Barnfield doing the usual sweep off the plate. Asks for some fresh baseballs, anything to bide a little time for the catcher. Good news for the Ducks is the count's now 0-2 on Cortez. He inquires about Enriquez's health before stepping back into the batter's box. High set, 0-2. Fastball misses low and in. Now it's a 1-2 count to Cortez. 7-6 Somerset. 1 out, top of the 9th. Patriots looking for their 6th straight win. It would be their 31st come-from-behind win this season. And the pitch, swung on, popped up, out of play, left side. So it bounces on the center concourse up into the 200s section 205 to be specific. And the count remains at 1-2. Rosales, native of Los Angeles, pitched for the Arizona Diamondbacks in the big leagues. Now, steps off the mound. Everybody's going to take a second and reset. Aldridge still off first for the Patriots here in the top of the 9th. Up by a run. Righty to lefty. The 1-2 home. Fastball high and away. Count's gone to 2-2. Rosales trying to keep the deficit at 1 for the Ducks. Rosales lets the right arm hang as he reads the sign. To the set. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Changeup from Rosales. Second strikeout of the inning. And it's the second out. And it brings up Bobby Stevens, the shortstop. Stevens came into the ball game as a pinch runner for Angel Sanchez. And he remained at shortstop. Stevens bats from the right side. Ended up scoring on the error by Bryant Nelson that allowed 2 runs to score and put the Patriots on top last inning. First pitch to the righty. Swung on, fouled off left side. Count 0-1. Stevens on the season. .237 hitter, 6 home runs, 31 runs batted in. Making his 96th appearance in game 119. As their 77 starts, so he's come off the bench a bunch. 7-6 Patriots. 2 outs, top of the 9th, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Stevens well out in front. Quickly behind 0-2. Corey Aldridge, the runner on first base. Led off the inning with a walk. Leo Rosales with back-to-back strikeouts. And now a chance to get out of the inning. And the Ducks just down 1 and a chance for a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. 0-2. Fastball high and away. Count down to 1-2 for Stevens. Ducks with 8 walk-off wins. They had 1 against Somerset on July 2nd. Set. 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball to left. Strebe back, now to his right, and he settles underneath to make a one-hand catch in front of the Nico Lock sign. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and 1 left on in the top of the 9th for Somerset. On to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Ducks. They need a rally, trailing 7-6 to the Somerset Patriots here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN. Bottom of the ninth, 7-6 Somerset. And a familiar face to Ducks fans in to close it out for the Patriots. It's Big John Hunton, a member of the Ducks in 2011 and 2012. Hunton, 6'9", 255 pounds, from North Plainfield, New Jersey. On the season, he leads the Atlantic League with 31 saves, 2-5 record, 2.84 ERA, 47 games, 44 and a third innings for the big righty, 47 hits surrendered with 30 strikeouts, 10 walks, 15 runs, 14 of them earned against him. Hunton will turn 31 years old on the final day of November this year. He faces 2, 3, and 4 in the Ducks order. Ray Navarrete, Bryant Nelson, and Bill Hall here in the bottom of the ninth. The Ducks looking for a 1-tie, 2-win against Somerset. The Patriots have taken the first 2 games of this series, scoring 7 runs in each of them. They've scored 7 runs tonight, but the lead's just 1 run right here. Here's Ray Navarrete, 0 for 4 in this one. A pop out, a fly out, and 2 strikeouts. He's in from the right side against his former teammate, John Hunton. Righty against righty. Hunton throws from the first base side of the rubber. He turns, puts his back to home plate, and now finds his stance. Navarrete open from the right side. Third baseman Corey Smith guarding the line. First pitch. And therefore a strike. Looked like Hunton might have started off with the slider. He goes fastball, slider, changeup, and a sinker. Now pitcher's heading down to Navarrete. Behind 0-1. 0-1. Fastball low. Count evens up. 7-6 Somerset over Long Island. Bottom of the ninth, Ray Navarrete leading off the frame. Trying to reward the fans. Still here with a walk-off win. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Navarrete in front of a changeup. He's now behind 1-2. Hunton, the assistant director of player personnel for the Patriots. First player coach in the history of the Somerset franchise. Set in the 1-2. Fastball low. Now it's 2-2. Hunton out of Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas. He was drafted 4 times. Drafted out of high school, then Miami-Dade College, Hutchinson Community College, and finally Lamar when he signed in 04. 2-2, swing and a miss. Hunton with a fastball, and Navarrete strikes out for the 3rd time today. And that's 1 out. Bottom of the ninth, 7-6 Somerset. Here's Bryant Nelson, the third baseman. He's 1 for 4. He singled his last time up. That came in the 7th. It drove in a run, and he scored on Ryan Streve's double. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And the pitch. Breaking ball outside. Count 1-0. Set for Hunton, the 1-0 home. Fastball outside. Looked like he overthrew that one a little bit. He fell off the mound on the first base side. And now it's 2-0. Hunton holds the ball behind his back as he reads the sign. Ready to go, 2-0 pitch. Swung on line in the left center field. Long run for Eggleston. He slides and makes the catch. Aaron Eggleston over from left with a highlight reel grab to rob Bryant Nelson of a probable double. And it's the second out of the bottom of the ninth. 7-6 Somerset. And it's up to Bill Hall. Hall 2 for 4 in this one. 2 singles through the left side. He'll try to get on to keep the ball game moving. Righty against righty. Power against power. Time is called at home plate. Now everyone good to go. Setting the pitch. Fastball low and in. That's ball one. Hall showed off his power in the first game of this series. A deep home run to straightaway center. Down 7-6. A homer here would tie the ball game. The pitch. 1-0 misses low and away. Now it's 2-0. Nelson had a 2-0 count before he flied out. See what Hall does here on 2-0. Gripping the all-black bat with white batting gloves. Former major leaguer Bill Hall. Set to go. Righty on righty. High set 2-0. Check swing. Hall couldn't hold up. Had a ball on the outside corner. Now it's a 2-1 count. 7-6 Somerset. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Hall, the last gasp of air for the Ducks. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Outfield way deep. Way deep. Just in front of the warning track deep. 2-1 home. Fastball low. Counts at 3-1. Paul reaches. Ryan Strebe has a chance. He knocked a double to the right center field wall his last time up. (3-1) count. The kick and pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 2. Hall thought it was outside. He was 2 steps towards first. And now he has to regain his composure as a payoff pitch is coming with 2 outs. He's taking a long walk behind home plate, circling back so he can step into the right-handed batter's box. Home plate umpire Alan Barnfield just ruling that ball inched on the outside corner. Now Johnny Tucker, the second baseman, coming in for a few words for Hunton. Interesting conversation as Tucker stands 5'8" and Hunton 6'9". It's exaggerated with Hunton standing on the mound and Tucker on the infield grass. Full count to Bill Hall. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Ducks down by 1. John Hunton ready to go. The set. The kick. The 3-2. Swung on and missed. A ball in the dirt. Skelton, the catcher, picks it up, throws down to first. And that will do it. Hall throwing the bat away in disgust, taking the helmet off his head as he walks back to the dugout. As the Ducks lose 7-6 to the Somerset Patriots. Step aside when we come back to the postgame show. Let you know how this one transpired. A look around the Atlantic League and a preview of tomorrow's series finale between the Ducks and Patriots here on the home of Ducks baseball, 103.9 RCN.
We'd like to remind you. Away. Your chance to win a valuable prize from our friends from Clusters is coming up. But first, let's turn things over to Long Island Ducks on-field host, right there by the grill at home plate, Here's Jason Liddy.
Somerset with a 7-6 win over the Long Island Ducks tonight at Bethpage Ballpark. Things started off well for the Ducks. Adam Bailey hit a solo home run in the second inning to put the Ducks on top, but Somerset would score 3 runs in the third. Uneski Sanchez with an RBI single, and Corey Aldridge a 2-run double to account for the scoring. The Ducks got one back in the fourth. Ralph Enriquez scored on Craig Binnick's triple to make it 3-2. Somerset added a run in the sixth inning. After 2 walks, Aaron Eggleston hit an RBI single that scored Joe Holden. And it was a 4-2 lead for the Patriots. The Ducks would turn things on their head in the seventh inning. A 4-run frame. Started off with a single by Dan Lyons. 2 wild pitches moved him to third. He scored on Bryant Nelson's single. Bill Hall singled, and then Ryan Strebe had a 2-run double. And he was followed by an RBI single by Adam Bailey. It was 6-4 Ducks after 7, but a 3-run top of the 8th. Jorge Cortez started with a double. Angel Sanchez walked. Johnny Tucker doubled to bring in 1 run, and then Bryant Nelson had a throwing error down at third, allowing the other 2 runs to score, and Somerset to take a 7-6 lead. The Ducks could not manage a base runner in the 8th or the 9th, and they fell 7-6 to the Patriots tonight, and Somerset has now taken the first 3 games of the series. Jason Lowy picks up the win. He improves to 7-3. Ian Snell drops to 2-3. With the loss, John Hunton records his 32nd save for the Patriots. The game took 3 hours and 13 minutes. It was played in front of 5,048 at Bethpage Ballpark. Final line, 7 runs on 8 hits with an error for Somerset, 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Ducks. Time to award the Nico Locke Player of the Game. There's a pretty balanced effort all the way around in this one. And we'll settle on Johnny Tucker. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and a run batted in as the Nico Locke Player of the Game. Nico Locke, retaining walls and paving stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry for almost 50 years. One more break. Take a look around the Atlantic League and get everything set up for tomorrow's series finale between the Ducks and the Patriots right here on the home of Ducks Baseball, 103.9 RCN. Back at Bethpage Ballpark after the Somerset Patriots 7-6 win over the Long Island Ducks. Take a look at the other scores in the Atlantic League, and it's good things on the out-of-town scoreboard. Sugarland with a 10-6 lead over Camden. That game in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Southern Maryland has already beaten Bridgeport by the score of 4-2. So if the Camden score holds, the Ducks will still have a 4-game lead in the standings, despite dropping this one. Only other score out there, York with a 5-3 win over Lancaster. That game being played in Lancaster as they wrap up the War of the Roses series between those two Pennsylvania rivals. Final game of the series tomorrow, 5:05 here at Bethpage Ballpark. Lefty Roy Merritt on the hill for Somerset, and John Brownell, the stopper for the Ducks, in there. Merritt, 2-2, 2.45 ERA. He spent part of the season as a reliever. Brownell, 9-8, 3.85 ERA for the Ducks. Mentioned it's a 5:05 game. 4:05 the gates open. It'll be a lot of fun at Bethpage Ballpark. Usual Sunday experience with pregame autographs and kids able to run the bases after the game. And then after kids run the bases, the movie Shrek will be shown on the Duck Vision scoreboard. So a chance to watch a movie after watching a baseball game. Tickets still available if you want them. Stop by the Bethpage Ballpark box office. Go online to liducks.com or call 631-940-TIXX. That's 631-940-8499. That'll wrap things up from here. Somerset with a 7-6 win over the Long Island Ducks. Special thank you to Jerry Gross back at the 103.9 RCN studios for putting this all together, keeping the broadcast on the air. So until tomorrow night, when the North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show comes your way starting at 4:50, I'm Tom Felice. Enjoy your evening, and thank you for listening to Ducks Baseball on 103.9 RCN.